Good morning, afternoon, or evening, Blood Bowl fans. This is Gamba. I am joined with Gengar and Renachar. First, foremost, before we do this really awesome intro video with our top picks, ticks, and everything else, we now use our REL Gman subreddit. We will be posting everything for matchmaking on that subreddit. So, after this video is posted and when you're seeing this, there should be a sticky little thing that says set your matches up here, and I'll try to have all the matchups lined up for you. Just pictures, and please try to contact your opponent through that, either by leaving, these are the days I am free to play, person I'm playing against, please comment under. This gives us a paper trail, so there's no he said, she said. Besides that, the new format and rules are posted up on that same subreddit, and it's sticky so you can read the rules and how the tournament format breaks down. But a quick rundown for those of you who hate reading like I do. It goes like this. The top 5 from the REL and Gman will go to the Super Bowl. This year we're doing something different with the Division 2. We will have a wild card from both of them. So the top player of Division 2 of the REL and Gman will also have a shot at the Super Bowl. And besides that, we are also adding a small tournament with other prizes, may not be the trophy, but some games for Division 2 of the G-Man and Division 2 of the REL. I believe it's the top 4 players, and that will be able to play for a chance to win some cool prizes, as well as a bunch of other little prizes that we will vote on at the end of the season, so keep your eyes tuned to our new subreddit. I will continue posting in the Steam group as usual, because I know a lot of you love the Steam group. But the REL subreddit will be the real thing once my cat stops eating my cables. Stop it. Stop eating my cables. Get out of here. So, now off to the real deal. Let's start this commentation off with the G-Man Division 2. Let's take a look at that. Alright.
Starting from the best division.
Starting from the best division. So, let's take a look at this. These are our teams in this ginormous division now. Almost, I think they're 100% fresh rolls. Yes, we are 100% new teams here.
But that's when the format I think is the most fun. It's also the most balanced in the long run.
Oh, definitely.
Some teams are more or less made to be good early, so that you get an advantage early, and then try to use that advantage to do good later. Those teams fall off really hard in the endless format.
Oh, definitely. I would have to say the poor coach coaching Norse, you get that super strong start, but that late game gets kind of hard.
They don't have a real late game. You basically trade early for late, and most likely you try to get all those wins. So if you play, like, let's say, seasons of 10 to 20 games, you're fairly good. But if you play anything more than that, you're basically screwed, because there's going to be really good, high-level, strong characters on other teams that's going to dick you over, like level 6 war dancers and shit.
I will say the one thing I love about Norse, I'm going to click on this Norse team to take a look at it. Happens to be Gengar's. It's a really good team to bounce back with, though. If you have a really bad season with, like, Dwarfs or Norse, there's not, you know what's better than a level 2 dead lineman?
It's a level 1
free lineman. Exactly. Because at least they start with block, and they have some skills that they're not just completely out in the cold with like I know you coach the high elves, or sorry, the wood elves. A level 1 wood elf lineman is, I mean, it's got the agility 4. Yeah, it's a spotter. It can't really do much on its own.
The fun thing also is that early on I can lose people and I can replace them with 3 linemen, but later on, when you got a little bit more leveled characters,
Yep.
if you get in Blood Bowl 2 this new stadium enchantment that you get a +1 on injuries whenever you serve somebody, doesn't mean that I can play a serve-heavy team in the late game.
Yeah. That's true. There's a lot of things that they've added, so I'm kind of interested to see how it pans out.
North will this time around compete until mid to late seasons, like let's say until season 8, and then they're probably going to fall off.
Okay, I can see that. I hope they.
Yeah.
I hope not. I hope we're proven wrong. It's nice to see all
Yeah,
teams be
I'm
able to
not
do
going
well.
to switch anymore since North is my favorite team, so I'm going to stick with them to the bitter end.
Yeah, I love it. All right, well let's start off with this first team in the REL or the G-Man Season Division 2. So we got a Chaos team, um, and they look pretty standard. We got 4 Chaos Warriors, the rest Beastmen.
This is the best lineup you can get with Chaos.
Oh, agreed. And we got yep, 3 rerolls, pretty
The
standard.
problem with the other one when you go the Minotaur is that you trade one of the rerolls for the Mino, and the problem with that is a team that has really hard ball control. It is hard to pick up the ball and no skills related to doing that. You can have a really bad time against agile teams where you fail 1 or 2 turns of picking up the ball, use all your rerolls, and then you lose the entire half just giving the ball over to others.
Agreed, especially in the G-Man, which has been notorious for having a little more balanced on the agility-based teams.
Yeah, the
I,
thing
I
about
might
Chaos, which is fun though, is that if you are a good Chaos coach, you're able to ramp up those Chaos Warriors with lots of touchdowns and early kills, which is very possible with these units. Then you're getting a very strong team very early on.
That's very true, and the extra strength can kind of be fun as well. Having the minnow can always be interesting. You know, having Mighty Blow on a super strong player.
I never get the Minotaur until I'm like very high TV.
That makes sense. That's probably the safe way to do it.
Chaos is basically the team that if you do well for 2 or 3 games, then you start your engine and then you go fall out. If they really don't get that start, they never get into the competition. So they are a little bit of they are hit or miss. Depends a lot on the coach.
Well,
I
that's a very
agree.
good example of this because my Chaos team in the World Cup got lucky. In the first 3 games, I scored like 20 SPP each game. I had 60 SPP, and I was, having a great time after that.
I also think in a perpetual league, like one of these endless kind of
You can
leagues,
beat Chaos then.
Chaos can be great because even if you have a bad season, as long as you're still getting that SPP, you will slowly be able to grind your team up to become a very strong team.
This is the good thing about Chaos, though, like because of their high armor value and their basic normality, even if they get set back, even if they don't get a strong start, eventually they'll get there.
Yeah, agreed. That's
They'll be
exactly
around.
right. It's hard to
They're-
kill them off.
Due to the strength access and then mutation access, they are more or less the best kill team in the game. So long seasons or endless leagues basically means that you stack killing potential and then just rickroll people. But let's go to the next team.
Okay, yeah, that's
Shadow
exactly
Hill
what I was thinking.
Cowboys, a Dark Elf team.
I think, looking at this right here,
I like the Witch Elf.
yep. I like having a
Well-
Witch Elf. Get the early SPP on her so she can become a star player by the end of the
It's
season.
also a
He
risk.
traded. I think he traded
Yes,
one of his rerolls for that though.
It looks like
No.
he traded a Blitzer.
When you go with a Witch Elf, you trade your Runner and your Blitzer in for 1 Witch Elf.
Hold on one second. We may have a late joinee.
Yeah. But yeah, you basically trade in your Runner, which is also 7 AV7, but has dump off, which is useless in the beginning. And one of the Blitzes, which is a good thing to miss, but you do get a player with Frenzy, Dodge, and Jump Up. Which is, in my eye, is a good trade, but a risky one because a Witch Elf is armor value 7, and if she gets killed, that's a lot of money down the drain.
Oh yeah, indeed, and she will be stomped on, guaranteed.
I play Wood Elves. I have an entire team of AV7
Well, I play Knolls.
maniacs.
I'm playing Knolls, but I'm cheap.
I lost half of my star players in the last game of the last season, so I'm just gonna say that that happens. But it's more or less an elf thing.
Yeah. You just need to get one good War Dancer, though, and it's GG.
I have like 2 good word dancers, so
You have
Exactly.
You have one that I think as soon as we put the bounty board up is gonna get a bounty on his head. I'm just saying.
we'll see. We will see both of them later.
I already got 2 people who I will nominate, and I will point it out when we get to them.
Oh, I'm gonna make sure I make some points out since I'm the lowest value team in Division 1. I'm gonna put up a couple prizes and be like, this guy here, this guy there. Welcome. This is Score, also known as S Score for me because he hates it.
Oh
joining
boy.
us a little
This
late.
again.
Let's move on to the first human team of the G-Man Division 2 Jack of All.
I like the name.
I do too, and I love human teams.
So I think I'm going to call this team Jack Off.
Oh, nice. All right. So it
Is
looks.
it usual to start with catchers though? I don't
Yeah.
remember. I don't remember.
And
There are a
depends how
few
you go.
ways of doing it. Like a few human teams hate the string two and they go lineman, thrower, thrower. A few human teams love the catches. I'm one of them. They go two catches, one thrower. And
Oh.
then there are a few of them which love the string game but do love the catcher as well, and they go two throwers, one catcher, and then buy a second catcher the moment they got money for it.
It looks like a fairly standard setup
Yeah.
with 3 rerolls. So with the sure hands and the catch, he has both the running and the throwing game.
Yeah.
And with he has the standard 4 blitzers, so he has the fighting game too. A fairly normalized human team.
Yeah,
In the end,
special
one of the
guys.
catches will be a ball hawk and the other one will be a scorer.
I like how he's outing his lineman names, what they are supposed to do.
Mike Zuck.
I didn't even notice that.
Punching back, meat shield.
Cannon fodder. Cheap
Cheap
Fowler.
Fowler.
Good
I
on
love how
you.
it's like Griff Oberwald, Mighty Zuck, Helmut Wolf, and then Anonymous Star.
And
He has
Morgan
Morgan
Thorg.
Thorg also.
Yeah. I love it.
If Morgan Thorg does not perform this season, then we will just have to say that he is not as good as his legends tell.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm always hesitant naming my players like that because they tend to die quicker when I do that.
you put too
It's
much
called-
pressure on
it's
him.
Called it's called karma.
Yeah, probably.
All right, let's jump over to Sunbros, the first Brent team.
Yeah, until I
Um,
read the name, I didn't actually realize that when the Bretonians score, they really make the
Yeah,
sun
they do
roast
the-
and
they
from-
praise
from
the
Dark
sun.
Souls.
I almost made a team just because of that. I'm like, I do not like Bretonian teams, but I love the fact that they praise the sun.
I love the
Do
Tony
you even-
teams.
Do you even praise?
Do you, do you even praise the sun, bro?
Well, originally I was going to make a team just with 15 peasants, 5 rerolls because Nos wasn't there to already get used to armor value 7.
Oh.
50 peasants, you need at least 8 rerolls to get it across the pitch.
You can talk all you want, but the best role-playing team I ever saw was a team of 16 skinks, and he had named them all after characters in Attack on Titan, and he role-played in chat. He was like, "Oh no, they got Eren! like, attack the Titan!" And they were like swarming the troll and Orc team and stuff like that. And then when he throw like one of the goblins on one of the orcs, he's like, "That Titan is helping us. He's an abhorrent or something like that. I don't remember." And like, it was
I
just
saw the
hilarious.
video.
That is the
So
most.
this is a really risky Bretonian team, I have to say.
Oh yeah, taking
2
all the
rerolls
positionals.
with a Bretonian team,
Yeah.
no apothecary. This is really risky.
Though
Well-
he has almost the entire team is AV8 though, so apothecary is not needed.
Yeah, but trust me, this is a really risky team because in my other World Cup qualifier, my human team first faced the Bretonian team, and guess what happened? 2 blitzes died.
Well, I
It's
can
all
say
bonus.
my
I mean,
my
look-
friend's lizardman killed three dwarfs, I think, in his third game. So it can happen to anyone. Bad luck.
Did
Yeah.
that happen in G-Man?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my team.
I was gonna say it is risky, but at least it's everyone's at the same team value, so he's gonna have the edge of having way more block, way more skills to get the ball out of people's hands.
I mean, for me, it's not as much the apothecary as the rerolls. He has
Yes.
no show hands on his team,
Yep.
and he has 2 rerolls
Yep.
and agility free. If he rolls badly, that's basically all his rerolls will be for picking up the ball.
Indeed.
Tip for both Bretonian coaches that I already can give with that catch because it's actually a really weird spell to have on those blitzes. Nerves of Steel is actually a really good level up.
Yes, it is. I think I agree. It will be a 50-50, but if it goes well, the extra
If he has a good
provisionals.
start,
Yeah.
then this is nice to have all the positionals.
All right. Let's make sure he did get the 2 rerolls. Yep. Okay. So pretty normal. Let's jump over to our first orc
Orcs.
team. Yeah, maybe.
I'm just gonna say that less than 3 rerolls on a team that agility 3 without pickup skills is atrocious in my mind.
Oh, I agree. I like I like having rerolls. I'm used to playing ogres from Blood Bowl 1, and I would have 4 to 5 rerolls because it's painful when
Yeah.
you can't just get the ball into an ogre's hand.
Well,
should go back
I agree,
go
but
back
I
to team.
can't agree because my team also works by that rule.
Go back to team.
Okay, which one? To Sunbros?
No, yeah, I meant the team tab on the
Okay,
orcs.
yeah.
Like, he bought them in the wrong order. You go into the team.
Okay.
He bought them in the wrong order, so the black orcs are like screening the entire team. You can't see shit.
Or he did that so he knows he's protecting them with his black orcs.
The black orcs like, we are the team.
Well, yeah, that's basically what they do.
See?
Well, that's how orc hierarchy works.
That's true. The stronger people get all the attention.
No,
Look,
but what I do notice here is that he went for a thrower.
Yep.
For example, what I usually also sometimes do because of the fucking weird value on blitzes is
yeah.
instead of going for the thrower, I go for 2 linemen and a goblin and 3 rerolls.
yeah. Goblins are fun, but this seems to be the safe build or the more competitive build that I see people use because throwers got safe
That's more
sure
armor
hands
value. Yeah.
and more armor value.
The question is if you really want the if it outweighs the extra reroll, because the reroll could help if you are in disfavorable trades. But I would say that this is a very aggressive, very strong lineup, mostly due to the fact that the orcs can do fairly well even without the extra reroll, due to the fact that they almost always have strength advantage.
That's true.
Yeah, but-
And next game, I mean, if you look at his gold, he's literally a game away from the 3rd reroll.
I will give you one thing though, like with my orc team, I've done 2 games now. One of them is 80 blocks and the other one was 60 blocks, and trust me, that extra reroll came in handy.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah, but he's not gonna get the reroll because it's gonna be double the cost. So I'm guessing he's gonna get the apothecary first.
You know, that's
Yeah,
right.
That's like the thrower is only 70k and getting an extra reroll is 120k. That's kind of like the mindset behind it.
That's true. All right, well, maybe I guess we're to see what happens. I mean, it was a super nerf to do that to make their blitzers a little more
Guess it
expensive.
Depends a lot on his first opponent. I think with 2 rerolls he will be better off if he finds weaker opponents, but if he runs into Lizardmen, I don't know if we have Lizardmen in Division 2.
Well, he's playing Banger's Boozer, so I think it's
Next team
Dwarf.
is a lizard.
I
If
think
he
he's,
runs into Lizards, then that's not gonna be a good team to start, might
Well,
say.
right here is his matchup, is the Dwarfs. If you take a look at the schedule, since I just posted through, he will be facing off against Dwarfs.
There is Lizardmen though. And
Oh,
that's
yeah.
the next team on
Next
the
team.
list.
Here we
Oh,
are.
yeah.
The thing- here, this is basically the most standard way to do lizards. You cram in all the big guys and then fill out with skinks.
Yep.
I've heard it's the only way to do it.
I've
You
seen
could-
people 86 the
you-
Crocs.
No, you always want the crocs, in my opinion. What you could
Yeah.
do is like drop one of the crocs. No, not one of the Saurus warriors, and then get another skink, and then get extra reroll.
Rest in peace, Godzilla.
The Croc is probably one of the better big guys.
It's the
He's
best big
somewhere
guy
at
in
the
the
top.
game.
Yeah, don't have them all in my head, but I mean the prehensile tail is really nice.
Oh, Prehensile Tail's wonderful.
You know what is very satisfying? Killing a Crocs.
Oh, I bet.
I done it a few days ago. I'm still boasting about it.
But this team also suffers from the 2 reroll issue but he doesn't have sure hands in his skinks, so he's gonna have a harder time.
Oh yeah, the first couple of matches are could be really painful if he can't get the ball picked up, especially if there's rain.
Oh, yeah.
Though the thing is though that due to the massive strength advantage, unless he meets orcs or chaos, he's going to do all his trades first, block everything, and stand in retarded placements, and then just try to pick up the ball. Even if he doesn't manage, there's going to be like 3-4 skinks around it, so it's going to be fairly safe anyway.
Yeah, but good coaches are not going to play with the lizards. They're just going to hold the lizards down with a few players and play skink to the cannon.
Yep. Yeah.
Pretty much.
Well, it will be interesting to see what he does. Let's move on to our next Dark Elf team, Angels of Lilith.
Dark Elves are interesting. They seem to be very popular. And this guy has more or less the exact same build as the last one.
Oh
I
yeah.
would also have a Dark Elf team if it wasn't for their fucking midriff armor.
I know they look so bad. I don't like it.
It's so fucking gay.
It
What?
is
What did they have?
the midriff. Everyone's got their midriff shows. exposed. It's fine for the witch elf. I mean, you know, but the dudes, it's kind of little on the, you know,
Yeah.
A little too much lipstick for you?
yeah, a little too much
I
lipstick.
don't, I,
Little
do
too
not-
emo.
I do not worship Slanesh. I worship Kron. Thank you very much.
the reason they have one more the reason why they have one more AV than Wood Elves is it's like they have to have that midriff armor. Mandatory.
I really hope he's gonna bring assassins, to be honest, because I don't
But
see
at
that.
least I can point my North strippers where to punch those guys.
I don't know if he's gonna bring assassins. It looks like he's going for a pretty competitive start.
I've seen a really good match yesterday where somebody brought 2 assassins and even hired the assassin star player, and it worked out really well.
Oh, that
From
sounds fun.
what I
3
could tell,
assassins.
they work better when you bring both of them and not just one. Because
Yeah.
when there's only one player of a kind, you always fixate on him, and then he's just gonna get down quicker.
That makes
Because if
sense.
you're lucky to start in a higher TV matchup, you can even bring
Yeah.
from Hard Reaper.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I would not recommend bringing assassins early in the season.
No,
though.
no,
You want they are characters that you don't want to trade with. So you want to be able to fight, and you
On
can
the other
do
hand,
that.
you want to develop them as quickly as you can. So
And you want
Yeah.
to get multi-block ASAP.
All right.
you
Yeah,
multi-block
multi-block.
or just an evasive.
Can you
skill.
multi-block stab?
Yes.
Yeah, you can.
That's
You
stupid.
can even
Yeah, that's
jump
what it's
up
for.
multi-block stab.
That's what it's for. That is what it's
Dark
for.
Elf assassin star player has multi-block.
Yes. So if you got 2 assassins, basically each round, if you do it well, you can get 4 stats.
All right. So let's move on to my new favorite team name, Clockwork Orchid. Clockwork
Also,
Orchid.
That's just the
Yes!
added bonus.
I
We
also
just-
love the amazing color.
Just rewatched this movie last night, or was it the night before, Sweetums? Yeah. Such a good name. It looks like we got the similar... No thrower. It looks like they took a extra lineman.
No,
Yes.
they got an apothecary.
Oh.
Yeah, they
I
got
don't- I don't like that.
I'm
Like,
not
I
sure
don't
you
see
need
the-
that.
I don't see the reason for a team that have all AV9 to start with an apothecary. That feels like
This is the
overkill.
reason in this team that I would kick alignment, take a gobbo, which is probably going to die, but whatever, if he survives as dirty player,
Mm-hmm.
and take an extra reroll because it's expensive.
Yeah, I would agree with that, especially if we already know we don't care for the thrower, because we didn't pick him to start with. I think that would be a really good start. It would give you a much stronger team to do fun stuff with as well, having that
I guess
extra
it's just
reroll.
going safe, because, I mean, you can always say, okay, armor 9, it's probably not going to happen, but if it happens, then you just, oh god, why didn't I bring it? Losing it like in the first
this
match,
works.
that would hurt this team.
This team
immensely.
works, but I don't like the choice of the support stuff.
Yeah, it's like taking an apothecary on dwarves instead of a reroll.
Yeah.
All right, let's jump over to. Oh, I didn't read the quote. The quote's even better. Are you ready for a bit of old ultra violence? Kudos to this. I hope you do well. All right, so
Have
here's.
you read mine?
No, I don't think we've gotten to yours yet. You're in Division 1, I think.
Yeah, but I said, have you read it? Have you ever read it?
No.
Gonna get
Okay.
to
Reddit?
Reddit.
Bargain boozers.
The bargain boozers. Pretty
Incoherent, rambling aplenty.
nice.
He opted to get all the positioners and the position players.
Probably the only real way you want to start wars.
Yeah, I think this is
Unless-
probably the
unless
best
you-
way.
There's is this or the death roller?
See,
If you bring that early on,
yeah, I think
Nah,
you should wait to get the
okay.
stadium upgrade first. The referee
that's
stand.
stupid. That's stupid. It's
it
really
costs so
strong.
much. I'm not sure how many rerolls you'd end up with, but it hurts a lot. You'd lose quite a bit if you go for that.
Yeah, but you do get the sure hands on the runner, so you can kind of. It
Did you know
depends.
that roller had 30 players?
Yeah. This is my ideal starting build for dwarfs right here. This is
I also
what I
start
start
like
with.
that, but if I would like a death roller, I basically buy it after 3 games and just save up.
Yeah.
Like, it's like one of those fuckers are going to die anyway soon.
I
Exactly.
do like the names though. Optimus Prime.
Ah. Sorry that I'm moving my mouse all over the place. My laser's giving me some troubles. Alright. Let's jump off, and let's go to our first Skaven team.
Buddy the Wiser.
Yeah. Alright, we have a 4 gutter runner.
This is
Heavy
I
arms.
don't I don't think this is standard. This is extremely risky.
Oh, he's got 1 apothecary and 3 rerolls.
Yeah, you have to have the apothecary if you have 4 of those gutter runners. You don't want to lose that in the first game. Like, there's no way that you want to lose them.
I think this is a really cool lineup because most people don't expect this.
I would say that this is an all-in kind of setup.
It is, but I've seen this lineup being played a lot of times already before, and I've also seen variants where they would not take the apothecary, but take an extra lineman.
Yeah, no, I agree. If you look at Luminous's team, this is exactly how he started, and he was just a powerhouse. I mean,
most teams can deal with that many gutters.
That's what. Yeah, that extra agility, just being able to kind of move in and out of spaces, pick up the ball, and score.
The problem, though, is that if you have a bad start, you cannot lose a lot of players because you don't have the rat ogre to soak.
Yep, no, that's agreed, 100%.
And I think the other guy that started this, didn't he get claw something and heavy blow or whatever it's called on one of his blitzers?
Oh,
He murdered his way upwards. It's easy when you kill people.
Yeah, no, his blitzers were definitely, both of them were just stupid strong. Mighty blow, claw.
Are we
on
not
one.
talking about FC Barcelona something now?
Him and Luminous both have very strong
Yeah.
blitzers on their teams, I believe. We'll check it out when we come to Division 1. But
Yeah, I've seen games of them.
yeah, I think it's a good start. I think it could go well. It also could obviously go extremely poor if he loses a lot of players from the get-go.
Basically, he's taking the same risk that I'm taking with my Norse team.
Yep, yeah, you're going all in. It's an all-in build. Let's go to the first Norse team.
Norse is a little bit more safe, though. They have so much block and stuff that...
if you roll well.
If you roll well.
Yeah, if you roll well. Well, the Nordic Superstars went with a pretty safe build. They went with the 2 used to be called werewolves, and
No, they were Oofwerners.
then they went to werewolves, and now they're back to Oofwarners.
Because that's the original fluffy name.
Yeah, I think they're more like
They're actually werebears. Lore-wise, they are werebears. A bit
Interesting.
like Guild Wars 2, the Norn Bears, if you know that.
I'm not familiar with Guild Wars.
Yeah, anyway, it's the same sort of lore settings where instead of wolves, they turn into like giant bear men.
I guess that makes sense for like a Nordic kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm always a bit concerned bringing Norse without an apothecary early on. I mean, you can do it, but it's risky.
Yeah, but he would have had to
Same
trade a
with
player.
elf.
The thing is, in this kind of team, you really, as he said, you have block, but you don't really have positionals that are, oh my god, they are so amazing that you have to have them. So what you should do is go for more rerolls and an apothecary. I think one of the most safe and like strong setups you can have is 8 linemen, a catcher or runner, 2 of those Ulfwerners, 4 rerolls and an apothecary for 1 million exactly. That way you have more rerolls. You're safe with your expensive positionals like the Ulrafners and runner, and you have potential to grow from there. In this setup, you add 2 more people to the team that has frenzy, and they are going to overextend in some way or another at some point. And being AV7, they are going to be abused.
That's the thing, though. Frenzy is a double-edged tool, as in you need to know what you're doing with it. They might overextend if the coach does not realize that the follow-up is going to be there. But if you're a really good coach and you know how Frenzy works, then you
Push
actually
the
are going
frenzy
to...
into the next frenzy.
You are going to abuse the shit out of it to serve the fuck out of your enemy.
That's why I'm excited for when Korn makes a return. I'm really hoping it does for the pure Frenzy team.
Yeah.
We'll see. I'm just going to say that some people that know me will feel it's strange for me to say this, but I usually play fairly safe. and and I just feel like no apothecary and losing one of the rerolls is when you
There's-
have. It's not worth it in my opinion.
There's also one rule that you need to keep in mind that is also like a golden rule with the dwarves. Gnolls don't have the like 89% dodge that elves do, so you don't dodge out of danger. Instead, you block out of danger.
Yeah.
You take 1 die blocks whenever you can, and you just hope for the best because 1 result is shit, 5 results are golden.
Yeah, yeah. Alright, well, let's move on to Gengar's team.
Oh
Let's
boy.
see how you do, Noise.
Yeah, he went with the all-in build, obviously. 2
Can I
rerolls.
ask you why throwers? Why 2 throwers?
That's
White
just for
team.
hoping that I get an MVP and a pass or something done with them, so I can get a cheeky reroll out of it with leader.
Leadership is really good on
Because
Mars.
this is basically the dream.
What do you do with
If
the
I
second
would
one?
if I would get yeah, this is the dream. If I get a match, I put both the leader, well, not both the throwers back. I pick up with one of them. I run it all the way down the field, try to make 2 touchdowns to the same guy, then get 50k winnings, and then I'll have 3 rerolls, an apothecary, and almost all positionals going into the second round. That would be the dream.
That
The
is the
thing
dream.
also is if he has 2 throwers, if you want the guy to get MVP, it's 1 in 11 if you have 1, but it's
2 in
2 in
11.
11 if you have
Yeah.
2.
And he
So
still
it's-
has block.
the chance is not big.
So you can become a decent lineman.
I mean, they only cost
And-
20k extra, right? They're not much more expensive.
No, I think
Okay.
they're
Yeah,
1,000.
They're 20k more than a normal character.
Yeah, that's
The,
pretty much
the cost of the skill they start with.
Exactly.
You
Oh,
think
man.
your Yeti will be valuable here in this division? I
Well,
don't have the full overview
they-
about
The,
the
Well,
core.
the entire second division is more or less 8 to 9 teams. It's chaos, it's orcs, it's
Humans.
humans,
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
lizards.
and dark elves and stuff like that. So everyone except for the fucking Skaven are high AV teams. So yes, if he gets a few good blocks in, he's gonna level like crazy.
Also,
Should've
he's the
brought more
best
peasants.
person to serve people just without caring for positioning. Because if there are like 2 or 3 people blocking somebody or like, covering somebody, the Yeti won't care. He'll just push that motherfucker in the crowd and laugh about it.
It looks like
Yeah,
you're going
my-
up against Dark Elves first, my friend.
I am?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Then that's
Oh.
going to be a very boring match.
You just get mighty blow on the jetty, and you're gonna go wreck face like
I'm
crazy.
going to get Mighty Blow and probably break tackle or grab. Because I'm
I-
getting some dirty players as well.
I like guard because then you have more favorable trades on the LOS.
That's the 3rd skill.
Yeah, you kind of need that mighty blow to speed up the leveling.
Yeah.
But I would take guard in a second. But that's second skill, but that's preference.
Yeah.
Crumbling Vanguard for the next team.
Oh boy.
Another
Now that
Bretonian.
I saw the Yeti, I kind of wish I brought more peasants.
Oh, score! I forgot you're in this division. Glory before honor.
Yeah,
Look
the
at
only
your
way to play-
team.
The only way to play Bretonia,
Yeah,
and
this
play
is
fair with them.
this is the kind of a team which I do not want to face because their linemen are cheaper than mine, so fouling is not that effective.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah, I played like that in the big crunch, and I think I failed every second turn.
That's what you gotta
That's
do with
the
those
only way you're
peasants.
kind of gonna do with this. Yeah.
And you just buy a lot of them and fall the crap out of people and make them mad.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Good team setup. 1 reroll, 1 apothecary, and fouling.
It's one of those teams where I want to pick up unique names, but I really like the default names for the peasants. I can't find something better.
Handsome Tom, Big Albert, yeah.
Handsome Tim is my favorite.
Oh my goodness.
he
Handsome
has a
Tim.
big nose that just
you know?
asks to get fouled.
That's a handsome peasant, for a peasant standard. Look at him, man.
You can actually be very cheeky and put your own name in there and then just call it Handsome.
Score.
I'm gonna try to keep the TV low here. I'm probably
That's
not
what you
gonna
gotta
bring a
do.
fourth blocker at all.
You only
I'm gonna
get
get a fourth blitzer, but
You
not a
only
fourth
get-
blocker.
The best way to do it is just if a peasant levels up, you just kick him and get a new one that's level 1.
Oh, well, you're gonna get
there's
dirty
one-
player.
Yeah, there are 3 skills or 4 skills that you are allowed to take, and if you get higher than level 3, you kick him. The skills you can take, I think, in my opinion, are Wessel, dirty player,
Yeah.
sneaky git.
That's
And
basically what I had in
strength.
mind.
If you get a plus strength, you also gotta take it.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
and you got to keep that plus strength peasant for murdering.
For 2 games that
Yeah.
he dies.
All right, let's go on to the 99ers. It's our last Chaos team. This is the last team for Division 2, and it is Bleeding Hippie, jumping off
And-
from being elves to Chaos.
Enter the team motto.
I can tell he's tired of passing.
And writing team mottos as well.
To be honest, if you have seen his last 2 or 3 games with how bloodthirsty he was playing with those elves, I'm not surprised that he goes chaos now.
Oh yeah, no, we've already talked about it, and he says as soon as Necro comes out, I'm pretty sure he's gonna be jumping ship to Necro.
Oh god,
So-
werewolves.
Yeah.
Well, Venashar personally wants to switch to Nurgle when they come out.
I love it.
I always like control matchups, and they are more or less the best control team in the game.
Oh yeah, disturbing
Yeah.
presence, tentacles, the access to mutations.
Foul appearance as well.
Oh, foul appearance, yeah.
Yeah,
These-
the Beast of Nurgle is quite something.
This team has 1 more reroll than the last, though. Instead of 2, it has 3.
I think they both have 3. I think
They
they
both
both went
three.
with the
Yeah,
standard
Both are
4.
free, yeah.
And they
Chaos
both went for
Warriors.
the standard old chaos, lineup. It's basically like the dwarf lineup. Like you just take that lineup. There are no better alternatives.
Yeah.
There's not really any other players to choose from. I mean, you don't really bring a
I
Minotaur
mean,
this
I
early,
know,
if at all.
no, I know that there is like a lineup which you can do for fun called the Beast Gang, where you just take a Minotaur and goats.
Yeah.
But that's not effective. It's just funny.
Yeah, it's just fun. Alright. Well, now that we've kind of gone over it, does anyone have any picks that they think are going to shine through? Who do you think the wild card's going to be? Who do you think is going to have the best shot at going to the Super Bowl?
Venashar would say that the elf teams long term will most likely get an edge due to their passing game and high agility. But I would probably say that the dwarfs and the Norse is gonna do very well early.
Okay.
I think my wild card they are going to be the Skaven or the Chaos teams.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'd be
Because
going with the.
they can really implode or explode, and depending on what they do, they are really going to be either extremely interesting or extremely dull.
That's true. That's true. It'll either be really fun matches to watch or
Can I pick the Skaven as well?
sure.
Because I really like that he's bringing all his gutters early on. And I'd say 2 matches, if he still has them all standing upright, then I think he has a really good chance.
That's why I'm saying it's either going to implode or explode.
I just like breaking Skaven.
But did you guys ever play on the open public World Cup
Yes.
qualifier? You'd see a Skaven team every 3 teams with the
Yeah.
same exact lineup.
Oh yeah, it's all in. I normally would pick Bleeding Hippie because I love picking Bleeding Hippie, but it seems every time I pick him, he doesn't win. So I'm gonna not pick him,
And then you think he was gonna win?
and then maybe he will win, and I'll pick someone else.
If I have to take one wild card, I think, simply because I've had the same experience in another qualifier, I am going to take Bleeding Hippies Chaos. Because I like Chaos team in the beginning. They can
Alright.
be really interesting.
Let's move over to the REL Division 2. That way we can knock out all the bottom tiers, and then we'll move up to Tier 1, the main events. Alright. Let's take a look at these teams actually first. Let me start the competition. Alright. So, we're starting off with a Skaven team. We actually had a transfer from the Gman to the REL due to player needs. So,
It's
Is
only
he
a little bit
European?
development already.
he's got a little bit of team development, which is going to give him a little bit of a competitive edge, I think.
Okay, this is an interesting person. This guy has big hand.
Oh yeah, that's interesting.
Which one?
Pope Vermin Supreme.
Pope Vermin Supreme, really?
Yeah.
Oh, this is my new favorite player ever! Pope Vermin Supreme!
with
Do
a
you-
big hand.
Do you know who Pope Vermin Supreme is?
I can't recall, no.
Okay, so in America, anyone's allowed to run for a position of government.
Yeah.
You just have to go, and there's a gentleman named Pope Vermin Supreme. Or Pope
That's
something
it.
Supreme. And he wears a top hat that's kind of broken, looks like a bum, and always says his platform is that everyone will get a pony. That is his voting platform.
Heck.
So, his name is close enough to be a
This is
cool
not a
fun.
new team, though.
No, this is not a fresh team.
No.
He was in
No, you can't buy skills.
he was in Division 2 last season, and he signed up late, and we had a player drop out of the REL Division 2, and I needed players pretty bad, and the G-Man was the only one with reserves. And he was the second one in line, I believe, so I asked him if he'd like to move to the REL, and he said, sure, I'd love to play in the REL.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun for the new role teams to play versus a level 3 ogre.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder how many
with break
lightning
tackle.
bolts get thrown at the
With break
gun.
tackle and juggernaut.
Yeah, that's not gonna be hard for anyone.
That dog is going to be able to serve better than my fucking Yeti.
Oh, yeah.
He's also got the +2 movement Rat Ogre as well. Or, I mean, Gutter Runner, and that's gonna
Mini
be...
ogre.
Oh man, he's got a pretty good developed team. So that's definitely gonna give him.
I'm just gonna say flat out, he's gonna have a massive advantage, and if he doesn't do well in this division, I will eat my hat.
You will eat your hat. Oh
You mean
man.
Pope
Would,
Vermin?
would Skaven be generally favored with Fire TV? I'm just thinking about, I mean, if you look at all the teams, he's 250 ahead, so what can you bring for 250 against the Skaven team? Obviously, a Wizard, probably.
Yeah.
So, how many lightning bolts will get thrown at these gutter runners? How many will still be standing?
I'm just gonna say one word, let's tackle.
Tackle.
Tackle, yeah.
Tackle.
And there's one dwarf team, he's going to win.
All right. Let's go to the purple people eaters. They're purple and they eat people, and they opted to start with the troll.
But
I don't
nothing
like-
to throw. What the heck?
Yeah, what he said. If you take the troll, you want the goblin. Otherwise, you're missing the one-turn touchdown potential.
I just throw the goblin at people, so I don't know.
That's true too.
How the hell is he doing this TV-wise?
I think he's going for the old build from
Two
Blood Bowl
rerolls?
1, 2 rerolls with the extra strength of the troll,
Yeah,
making him
only
kind
3
of
Black Orcs.
yeah.
River fart.
That is
Okay.
obviously the best team player name ever that the computer could come up with.
Yeah.
Yeah. It could be interesting. We're gonna see how it goes. Like I said,
don't-
the
I don't
goblin.
like players which
I
are
mean, I guess you can
computer-named.
afford a goblin really quickly. I hope he brings one.
Don't stand behind the troll when his loincloth starts fluttering.
Especially if it's a fart from the river.
The goblin always has to stand there if he gets thrown. Idiot.
That's the seasoning, so when he gets eaten, the troll has a little bit of flavor on him.
Don't feed a troll.
This is why those goblins are so murderous.
Because they're getting farted on all the time. Alright, we got, what do we got next? Next is Norse. It is, Yeti to Party.
But this is
Yeah,
I really like. This is good because due to the Yeti being there, if he holds the Yeti back or and make sure that when he is attacking, he attacked the Rat Ogre. He could theoretically just hurt it or break it before it is an option for him to actually do much.
Oh, yeah.
This
Yeah.
guy did not buy one Berserker though, which I think is still the best position of the Knolls in there.
Yeah, I saw you use it to get the extra reroll.
Yeah, that's
The runners are good. The
Well,
extra
honestly,
moments
it's
is good.
nice, but yeah, I'm sorry, but a Knolls team without Berserker is just like beer without alcohol.
Oh, oh
Yeah, so we have to
harsh.
keep that one safe.
Don't say that around Bugmans.
Alright, Solar Dragonfire. Prove them wrong. Alright, let's go over to
The next Knolls team,
next Norse team.
Neckbeards.
The Das Jotunheim. Looks
But
like a
Mom,
pretty pretty standard. We got one runner, Two of
That's
the
the
Uno
lineup I would have
Warvers.
brought with Norse.
Yeah, it's a good lineup. 3 rerolls, right? Yeah, 3 rerolls.
there-
And
It's
then
like-
Apothecary.
Yeah.
Reddit subreddits or something? Or what are these
Actually,
things
no,
supposed to be?
he only has one Elf Warner.
What was the
There's
question
probably
about the
top two
subreddit?
and no runner.
Check
Like
the name.
these names, they're like /r, IMA, /r fit. They seem to like be like.
Oh yeah, they're all subreddits. Oh, I love it.
One of them is the Donald.
I love it. Good, clever team name. All right.
But I'm not sure about bringing one Elf Warner, because I think that's probably the one positioner you want to start out with two.
Yes.
The rest, I mean, even Berserkers to be honest. But the Ulf Werner is probably the most important piece you need to have, in my opinion. So him bringing one. I mean, Norse needs to bash.
Yeah, Norse
So-
needs to bash, but
You want to
Yeah.
But the Berserkers get block
they could jump up.
and jump
That's
up.
That's
Yeah,
an
but
thing. They get 3 blocks.
Alf Warner
If
has
they're not stunned or knocked out when they're down.
Alf Warner's has strength 4 though.
That's true.
Yeah, that's the
That's
big
also
thing.
one of the things why I went for Yeti and 2 Wolf Burners, because I'm like, they got armor value 8. They'll be invulnerable.
You just jinxed yourself. All right, let's jump over to. Is it Tiny Babies?
I'm
Oh,
a
Bubbles.
Wood Elf player. Anything above AV7 is like, whoa.
In my beer, makes me happy, and full of cheer.
Tiny bubbles.
Yep, are in his beer that make him happy.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah,
He's bringing a runner.
Wait, does he? Oh no, he has all like beer brands. Oh
Ex-
fuck! If he goes through, and if my team goes through, then we're going to have a beer off.
Ah, that would be
Also, my team has a lot
beautiful.
of beer names.
All right, well, it looks like that. I'm used to this. The four blitzers, 1 runner, 2 rerolls.
This
I
is the
don't
standard
know.
build.
Yeah,
2 rerolls. I don't like that.
I don't
Is that
either.
standard? I've always seen it with the runner for Lyman and then 3 rerolls. Is that possible? I'm not sure actually.
You'd have to get rid of a blitzer.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What
Well, I
you
like
do
the
see
runner.
sometimes is that they just forget about the runner, take a lineman, and then take a early apothecary because of the 20k they still got left.
Yeah, yeah.
I like the runner. I feel like dump off is such an underused skill sometimes.
Yeah, but he's AV7, so.
Well, yeah, it's
Yeah, the thing is, dump off is nice if you have it on a person who has like pass and stuff like that, because you get an extra roll to actually dump off and catch and stuff like that.
Well, he has passing access, so he could build him that way. He could.
Yeah, but it's only one skill, so
kind of
the
has
skill
to, isn't
should be
he?
high.
Well, what else? What else you build a runner for?
Yeah,
Block
that's true.
and well, blotch. That's
Blodge.
the first thing you do normally with a runner.
Yeah, well, you need an evasive skill definitely, but
This is why the Norse runner is actually interesting, because if you give him if you give him dump off and dodge, then he pretty much is already done.
Well, I like Norse runners as a sneaky blitzer because they have shoot, drawing a blank. That skill that
I mean,
gives them the ability to attack bigger players.
No, that's Dauntless. That's
Yeah,
the
they've
runner. Yeah,
Dauntless.
I was talking about the throwers. Ugh.
Ah, yeah, I was saying the
I
runners
guess-
become sneaky blitzers.
When it comes to catchers in general, or like characters like runners and catchers, they are fairly good at what they're doing even from the start.
Hmm.
So I just like to build them as blitzers, and then you use the blitzers as markers.
Hmm.
The
With,
blitzers usually come with guard, with the block and stuff. So you could mark with them and then blitz with the catchers.
Yeah, they usually get dodge early on, and if you're lucky, you can get guard because they don't have strength access, I believe.
Yeah. All right. Enough for tiny bubbles. Off to rats. Off to ya.
Yeah, a hat reference. And here you have a team that's 100% all in. 2 rerolls,
wow,
4 gutter runners, an ogre, and a thrower.
that is. Oh,
That's more of a all-in move than the 4 gutter runners and the 1 thrower and the 2 storm.
Yeah, if you look at the team, he literally has 3 linemen. He doesn't have anything more. He has LOS. If any of those get hurt, he has to place one of his positionals on the LOS, or like two of them rather, if he puts the ogre on the LOS.
This is
Yeah.
a bigger risk simply because of the ogre being able to be like,
Yeah, that's true. Well, if he's on the LOS, as long as he's attacking, he doesn't have to roll a 1
yeah.
Until he does.
until he does.
If you, he's wild though, so he doesn't go stupid. And
Yeah,
he just
so
stand
he
around.
still has tackle zones.
The thing
you
is,
don't
here,
use tackle things, but still.
if he gets too wounded, more or less, on the lineman, or knocked out or anything, he has to put one of his more expensive characters up front, and
Yep.
I'm not sure that that's a safe thing to do.
Oh no, definitely not. It'll be interesting. I mean, going all in like this is always interesting. It either is going to work out. I mean, he's in a really good spot because he's in Division 2. So the worst that can happen is it doesn't work out, and next season he re-rolls a team. He's in the exact same spot that he would have been in. If it does work out, he's got a bunch of leveled up positionals, and he's in a really good spot next season.
He's gonna need to make a lot of money. He
Yes.
definitely needs more linemen.
Like
Yes.
last Skaven team, this one can be a dark horse, but the risk reward is a lot bigger than this one.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
All right. Let's.
His first game is against one orc team. Have fun.
That's not going to go good.
All right. We got Stefan and the dwarfs. Doo 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 doo.
I kind of
Oh,
want to
man.
say stuff about dwarf teams, but I understand why everyone picks this lineup. So it's always just yeah. I mean,
You get every positional. This is
What
like,
else do you
why
think?
wouldn't you do?
You have to feel the bad to be able to feel the good.
Well, here's something he did different. He went with 2 rerolls and apothecary.
Why?
this is just.
No.
I mean,
Stefan and the dwarfs. Doo 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 doo.
well, there's
I
one
guess
thing
they
he's not going to
weren't
get,
big
and
enough
that's
for him.
injured.
Uh,
No, this dwarf is definitely not going to go anywhere, but it is going to skill up very nicely and will be there next season. With
exactly.
some skills.
So he was worried that his characters would get alcohol poisoning during the game, so he had to have an apothecary on duty.
You know, it's probably a smart thing to do. Alcohol poisoning is a real problem. We should make a PSAV after it, or a PS.
yeah, they drink after every touchdown, so basically almost never. Dwarves generally don't score.
All right, we got our first high elf team, I think. Period. I don't think we've seen a high elf team yet.
Nope, not yet. This is the first one.
All right,
High ups are fun though.
Blackfire loyalist with the enter team motto, best team motto yet.
Enter Team Mono.
I would just say that I would say that high elves is like the bastard child between wood elves and dark elves.
Oh yeah.
They basically do what both of those team does, but worse.
Oh.
They're the
But
human
they-
elves.
they I would say that yeah, what he said. They are all around good. They can do the bashing and they can do the passing, but they are not the best on either.
Yeah. You took the 2 catchers to start with, so I'm assuming he's only got 2 rerolls.
Yeah, only 2 rerolls.
Yeah.
To be fair, high elf teams can get lucky and can get really dirty because I've once faced a high elf team who had 2 catches with strength 4 each.
Ooh.
I won that some way, but I don't know how still, but they did. It was very scary because that fucking character was a 8-4-4-7 and he had that character twice.
Dang. Well, it's a pretty good lineup. 2 catchers. I mean, it's elves.
The catchers are awesome. The high elf catchers are awesome.
They are. So having 2 of them plus the 2 blitzers, I think this could be a very strong lineup.
I would say that they are the second best elven catchers.
Would you
The
say
only
pro
ones
elves?
that are really better is the pro elves. Yeah,
Yeah.
they are by
Yeah.
far the best elven catchers.
Nerves of Steel's just is where it's at. Starting off with Nerves of Steel. Oh,
Yeah.
are you kidding me?
This is why I said of the Bretonians, they actually have a really good setup to take Nerves of Steel and then dodge and be really awesome.
Indeed. Let's jump over to the San Diego Blitzers.
Carmen San Diego.
Where in the world is Carmen San Diego?
It's the same lineup as the
He
previous.
could use it as a team motto because he also has that very awesome Enter the Team motto thing.
Oh, yeah, there we go. The best team motto in the game.
That's why it's used so much.
It is. It's because it's the best, obviously. Yeah, pretty
Very
standard.
flashy colors.
Yeah, I like the colors. Is that one of the ones you can buy with the cyanides?
I think it is, yeah.
Yeah,
I like it.
I think so.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway, pretty standard. It looks like it's the exact same build as the other one we saw. It's
Yeah.
got the 4 blitzers, the 1 runner. Um, so pretty standard. Gonna look at the Q is what their stadium's called, and we're gonna move on. We're gonna go to the Black Raven Brawlers.
Oh fuck! I still need to take a sponsor.
Ah,
Sorry, Flow is important for me.
it is important.
My team needs to change sponsors. We should have Bloodwiser as our sponsor,
Same.
seeing that we are high as kites.
Ah,
I am North team, so of course I'm gonna take Bloodwiser.
we got the Black Raven Brawlers. Another one that went. Oh, how do you get three rerolls?
Because he only has 3 Black Orcs.
Oh, so he
Yeah.
dropped the Black Orc and took a reroll.
This is
That's-
actually also a very common lineup between the orcs these days.
That
Just
makes
to leave
sense.
One black orc out.
Use the
But
three
then you
Black
get this,
Orcs.
you get the thrower, so you get the extra reroll do on the pickups.
Yeah.
And in the end, in the line of scrimmage, when you're on the fence, how many people do you need to have on front?
3. That makes perfect sense. That's a good lineup. Very smart lineup. Kudos to you.
I would have probably switched one of the linemen for Goblin here. With 3 rerolls and the thrower. And just 3 Black Orcs. I feel like a Goblin would help a lot here.
For kind of a tricky scory player.
Yeah, just I mean he only has 3 Black Orcs, so he lacks a little bit strength compared to other Orc teams, and the Goblin can go places and just assist as well.
That's
yeah,
true.
having the dodge is also really useful for screening people because people forget that the goblin is actually useful.
Yeah, no. I've seen some interesting things with the Goblin. King of the Cosmos played Cadillac Gypsy in a friendly match before season 1, and I think she used the Goblin to run past the team, pick up the ball and score, and surf someone on a double red because they dodged through in the cage and pushed them out.
Plus, the goblin is also the best fouler in the game, together with the skinks, because they can get sneaky, get together with dirty player.
A lot of orc teams forget about the goblins. They take the true orc method, where a goblin is not technically an orc.
Neither is a troll.
That's true. They don't take that either, though. Then.
Being a person that has played a lot of games with what is the name of with the Skaven hybrid team with
Underworld.
greenskins? Yeah, that team is fucking stupid fun to play, and there you have
Yeah.
like shit ton of goblins.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then again, having goblins with mutations, that's a really cool combination.
Oh yeah. You get 2 heads, big hands, horns.
Yeah, if you give them two heads, and they are elves that always dodge on.
They're basically used for slotlings.
Yeah.
They are they are elves which cost you 60k, so they're cheaper than elves. They dodge just as well. They already got dodge built in. They just have strength 2 to deal with. That's it.
Yeah, but I take secret weapons over that any day.
You do remember that in that case, when you play them like that, you have the advantage of the fact that they are stunty, so you have easier time dodging.
Oh yeah, true. You can just go through all of those lines and be like, ah, fuck it, I got dodge. Why?
So if you get 2 heads and the big hand, you can pick up almost any ball anywhere and just walk out again.
Just don't stop the gobbo. You don't stop him.
Unless
Well-
you played Wars.
I'm jumping
Yeah.
over to Animal Farm. We have our
Yeah,
first
there's-
minnow, our first minnow build.
1 reroll.
I don't
Ooh.
want to know what he farms and how.
Animals.
Yeah, he farms animals, obviously. Beastmen, minnows, usual animals, the normal stuff.
Yeah.
Come on.
You know, a beef man called Napoleon and the other one called Snowball.
Well, Snowball is obviously his favorite animal. I mean, it just makes perfect sense. So, I'd love to. We've already talked about. Oh, 1 reroll.
Yeah,
I
this
know
is-
I know what this team is about. He's not going to win a single game. He's only going to do one thing:
Murder.
base people, punch, murder, repeat.
Murder.
I know what happens with this team. You think you do that, and then both down, both down, both down.
Ah, that's true. Hopefully
Could
he's
have gone all in right away and just forgot about rerolls altogether and just animal beastmen.
Yeah, this is why I always call my count Moorder.
Well, they're gonna have to sacrifice enough virgins to Nuffle. A lot of virgins. All the
It
time.
looks like a Slanesh team, so I think that they are doing other things.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
you know, to each his their own.
Oh, they're
They-
going for
they-
both then.
They are an animal farm and they are using Slanesh, so they probably will have a few Didos around.
Greedy.
Alright, let's jump over to one of my favorite team names, Resistance is Feudal. But
Ooh.
yes, any subject is fit for a pun. Oh man.
Dark and Stormy Knight, I like him.
Yes.
Well,
So,
Sir
so
Lloyd
much
MVP.
effort naming the peasants, and then they're just gonna die.
Hey,
Receding hair.
hey.
Oh, this guy's awesome. Receding hairline.
Any peasant name has a little more to live for. You just remember that. They're gonna look up at the player through the screen and be like, I'm not dying on you.
I'm just gonna say he's gonna spend up a lot of time making up names.
Hey,
I
Hey.
do it as well, and I love it. I love seeing names like these.
just
Two-
because
two
of him.
The two first peasants are literally from Monty Python.
Okay, you know what? In this division, this team is my dark horse. Kudos to the naming, kudos to the teaming. I like the whole get up. This is my dark horse.
Oh man. I was gonna say,
And they-
because of him, I may have to make an award at the end of the season for best name team and best player names.
Best name team
Liquor
has to
off
be
the
that.
shovel.
No,
mean,
not
best
because
player
of
name,
Clockwork
something
Orange. We
along
have Resistance is Feudal, and his whole team is a pun.
Yeah.
Menstrual cramps.
Um, just
Okay.
wonderful
So,
team names.
About the team, so no blockers.
Yeah, well,
He went with all
that's-
he
I
went with
mean-
all blitzers, right?
Yeah.
Blitzers, in my opinion, are far superior.
there's actually only one reason why you really want blockers, and that's the easy access to guard.
Yeah, which is still kind of weird because wrestle and guard don't.
I'm using them as line fodder because they're more sturdy than peasants. I'm very
Exactly.
hesitant. I tested a lot with putting peasants on the line, and every time you do that and you're
Yeah.
not receiving, you basically start off with less players, in my experience, because they just. And I think Bretonia is one of the few teams with armor 7 where you really can't afford to be down players. With Skaven, with elf teams, they can do that because they have agility 4 players, but with Bretonia, I'm very hesitant to put peasants on the line.
This is also why
That makes
wrestle
sense.
is also an acceptable skill upon a peasant to just make him live a little bit longer, though it's a very elfy choice.
Hmm.
Well, peasants make really good elf screens.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say they do, and also he can use the peasants for basing. He can use the peasants for just getting in the way and caging. While the blitzers can do what the blitzers kind of were Fluff intended to do: win. You know, take all the glory.
Plus, if you take your blockers and if you give them vent, then that really screws with people's mind.
Oh yeah.
Don't say that they do stuff with glory because he's gonna make a glory hole joke somewhere.
I hope so. All right, let's jump over to Surfs Up Norse.
All my glory went away because it all fucking went into the glory hole.
Surfing the waves of Valhalla.
Oh, he's bringing an extra player.
Oh.
This is honestly what I was first planning to do until I thought, fuck it, let's take the Yeti.
He said with such confidence.
But I just feel like it's not. It's more worth it to have one reroll or an apothecary instead of the extra player.
I do
actually
too.
have I actually have a very toxic personality to play Blood Bowl. I'm very cocky and I'm also very salty.
That's all right. Maybe you get saltiest player of the year.
Fuck yeah.
All right. Well, I don't have much to say about this, so we're gonna move on. We're gonna go to our last team for REL Division 2, and then we can knock out Division 1 teams and give our overall thoughts and call it a day.
Have we seen any Wood Elves yet?
No.
In any of the division
Zero.
teams? No
Zero
Wood
Wood Elves.
You'll
Would
see
also
mine
not-
in G-Man when it won.
Wood Elves are the least represented team in the moment.
Yeah.
It's kind of sad. All
They're
right.
really fun though.
They are. They
My
are
favorite
really fun.
elves.
And War Dancers are super awesome players.
This is another Oak team who went for the 2 rerolls, thrower, 2 linemen, basic lineup.
Yeah, pretty basic. It's a solid, safe one. With that being
You want good
said,
stuff?
I'm gonna back out and go
He
to
also
G-Man
gave his
Division
orc,
1.
yeah, he also gave his orcs like names, but nothing fluffy.
Alright, let's go to the schedule. Are we ready? Bam! Let's look at the team. So,
Also, I'm going to interrupt. Sorry for
oh
one
man, you're
information
interrupting
to you.
me.
You guys didn't name your dark horses yet.
Oh shoot, I am so sorry. Let's jump back really quickly.
Oh, we're gonna start over then.
You guys start over?
Yeah.
For
Alright.
me, it's
I would-
Bretonians by far the resistance is feudal.
I love the name, but my dark horse is gonna go to the Avington Priest just because of the advantage they have. I mean,
Yeah.
this is a safe bet. They got a little bit of a team advantage. I can kind of see them,
Just
But-
get it, yeah.
Venashar wants to see the more high elf teams, so I would say that the Blackfire loyalists, I want to see them do well.
Okay, I could see that.
I'm gonna go with the dwarfs here, because when I'm looking at this division, there's a lot of low armor to be found. A lot of low armor, a lot of Norse, a lot of elves.
You think they're steamroll?
I think they're gonna do pretty well here. Yeah, Steven and the dwarves.
Yeah.
I am just
probably
going
pick
to
those.
sacrifice a version 2 Nuffle to make those dwarves fail, because fuck going with an apothecary first.
Ah.
I know.
All right. Well, that's our dark horse picks. Let's jump back over to the G-Man Division 1, and let's take a look. We're gonna start off with our winner of the Season 2 of the Super Bowl. Congratulations, everyone! Round of applause. Sinister Dexter and his dwarfs.
Woo!
Yeah.
The Australian European one.
Yep.
Are you kidding me? Yeah,
Yeah.
the first game I'm gonna play is against the team that murdered my star players. He's gonna just murder more of them. Like, that's not
So that-
cool.
So that's the plan.
Wait, is this who you're playing against first?
Wait.
Yes.
I also have to do one thing here. You see this guy called Philly, the runner?
Oh yes, Philly.
The first
Yeah.
person I the bounty board, dead or alive? No, dead or dead.
Yeah, that.
If he's dead, I will send you a little self-painted trophy.
Ooh.
With a Warhammer on, because I got like loads of these Warhammer dwarves flying around, and I can make like a little thingy.
That's a really good runner.
Oh no, he's
So
going up on the
whoever
bounty board.
Kills him. I don't want him injured. I don't want him retired. I
Dead.
want him dead.
That's
If
an
he's
elf in
dead,
disguise.
forget it.
That's not a dwarf. That's not a dwarf.
Yeah,
That's no
that elf.
dwarf. Oh man, if you look at his whole team though, I mean, obviously Philly is a star player. He's got a very well-rounded team. I mean, you get a Longbeard with a diving tackle, which is phenomenal. We got guard on pretty much everyone.
I'm just counting just a second.
This is more or less the standard way you build the dwarfs.
Yeah.
And he's got the +1 injury rolls for pushing off for crowd
Yeah.
surfing.
Okay,
Yeah.
so he has 6
Yeah.
cards, 4 mighty blows, 2 stand firms. He's only missing 1 to just completely negate 1-turn touchdowns. And he has already 1 diving tackle dwarf. And he has
2 stand firms.
Now take a look at the statistic pages.
8 tackles.
Look at the statistic page. This is the champion right here. 15 wins, 3 draws, 3 losses overall, everything. 55 casualties inflicted, 4 kills, 268 injuries inflicted. This is a beast.
1,185 blocks succeeded.
That's not too few.
And he's injured 95 players. So
Yeah, with a team like that, I can imagine.
yeah,
Also pretty well dead.
that's
He's got enough guard now.
that's a crazy team. Let's go over to our next team, Monsters of Rock. One of
I
our
feel like we kind of need Killer Chaos to stop that.
Yeah,
Kinda need some claw.
just
Oh,
gotta hope
where's the
that some kind
Better
of
have
wizard
some
tries
claw.
to get there.
we got
Oh, no claw.
a chaos team, no claw, but we got tentacles on the Minotaur. That's kind of cool.
That's really
And we
nice.
have a Beastman, which is about
There's
to
a really-
die.
There's a really good reason for much of that in this division. the almost entire division is agility-based teams. At least it was in last season. So you will see a lot of tackle and a lot of stuff that counters high agility.
Yeah, no, that makes
Yeah.
perfect sense.
I already saw 2 players in this team which are probably going to be dead by the end of the season. First of all, there's Eddie Van Halen with a niggling injury.
Yep.
And since when have you ever heard of Van Halen anymore these days? And Lemmy is dead. What is he still doing alive here?
Wait, he has 2
It's
smashes.
2.0.
Holy crap.
What do you mean Lenny's dead?
Yeah, don't you know Lemmy from Motorhead actually died last year?
He lives on in chaos, obviously.
As 2.0,
Yeah.
Wow,
and hornier than ever.
Put up.
Eddie Van Halen has 2 smashed knees. Wow.
Well, knowing that he still always drinks a bottle of Jack Daniels each day, so it's not going to take long to do something stupid.
Oh man, I think it's a pretty good team. I think it's a fun
It is.
team.
I like that
Hopefully,
it's actually putting
it
God
is
first.
standard chaos. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just perfect.
Yeah.
And now comes Venashar's team, the high sales. And
yes.
every character has either a pirate reference or drug reference or both. So check the team. Look at the team motto.
Wait, yeah, I've seen that already. Wait, we're in the forest. What?
This is by far, and I hope I don't offend anyone. This is my favorite team to watch in all the matches. I'm sorry, but you don't play safe, and I love it. And it's fun to watch. That's the crazy stuff to do. We talked about you already.
The whole drug style. Yeah, I get that.
Pisces Pot is, I think, by far one of your more valuable players.
Who?
Pisces Pot, who is guard, wrestle, and dauntless, the runner.
Yeah, he got injured last season in the last game, and he lost a movement allowance. And the other, I had another one that was called James Blunt also. He had nerves of steel and blodge, and a few things more.
He was your scorer, I guess.
Yeah, and the thing is that he got minus agility. So or dead, so I let him die, and then made a new one. But I still have Captain Kush and John Crackham, my good war dancers.
I was gonna say they're both very good war dancers.
They both have sidestep, which is good with all these Norse coming in now.
Yeah.
A good team to look at all around. To be honest, lots of wrestle on the linemen, which is good. Good block on the linemen.
Lots of lodge wrestle mainly. Like that's just that's what you gotta have.
Yeah, it's a good team. I always want to see the high sales do well.
Looks at the elves. I just like the tree men really. Just that's probably why I like Wood Elves.
The only thing I
level them up a
do
little
have
bit more.
in mind now is I think that you as a coach probably hate that dwarf team.
I hate that. I hate this Skaven team I'm going up against.
You've had a pretty good. If you look at your statistics, you've had a pretty good run of things. I mean, you got 10 wins, 5 losses, 3 draws.
But you saw my games last season.
Oh yeah.
I had atrocious. Like I must have killed someone that Nurgle really liked, because I think like 90% of my games ended with Snake Eyes in the last turn.
But you've also had some really amazing games. Like look at this, 4 to 5. That's a lot of scoring in a game. 4 to 5.
4 to 0.
You just jinxed yourself, by the way, because you just called Nuffle Nurgle.
Oh!
Another season confirmed.
Alright, let's jump over to our next Bretonian team. This is the first high-level Bretonian team we've seen.
I like seeing these.
I want to say maybe too high level. I feel like he's going a bit overboard with the team
He
value.
has 15 players.
Yeah, but that's strength 4 peasant, though.
This is the thing, though.
Wait. He has 4 cheerleaders and 4 assistant coaches.
Yeah.
That's kind of going with the whole too high team value.
And a 4 reroll. Well, the thing about that is, though...
This is the thing, though. He has a lot of peasants, which I like. But where is the dirty player? Where?
Yeah,
I don't see him.
He's not using the reserves.
That's
I mean,
true.
He got blocked
How much is he fouling? Let's see.
I can take the one that gets strength plus, but not the block.
I know
You
you
can
guys are
also
pooping
roll
on him pretty hard, but think about this. Think about this. This could be a really shady play. He's 17, right? That's what it looks like. He goes into a game and he gets rid of all four of the four coaches and the four the rerolls, or not the rerolls, coaches and cheerleaders, and he drops to what, 12, 13, and then he's
drops
under.
80k. 80k
I mean,
drops.
I'm not pooping on him. I'm always supported Bretonian, to be honest.
I'm just saying he could really be sneaky. He could go into a game and you're like, oh look, he's about the same team value as me, and then all of a sudden fires everyone. And
I'd more be concerned with teams that have lower value than his team,
mhm.
because I don't see immediately from his team where the extra value has gone.
To be honest, there are a few things about his players which I also really like, and then there are a few things which I kind of question.
What is this?
For example, his first blitzer. Why
Made with a
in
peach?
God's name does he have pass block?
I'm
Interesting.
I like this
I'm
football.
gonna figure. I mean, yeah, the blitzers are kind of nice for interceptions because
They have
can
catch, but they still have agility 3,
That's
meaning
true.
the chance on an interruption is still going to be maximum 33%. So you still have to nail the 6.
Which is not bad for an interception.
That's not entirely true. He has a catch, so he gets 2 chances. That the chance goes up if he's
Yeah, no,
not
but normally an interception chance with agility 3 is a 6. That's the only thing that counts, a 6. A 5 is not enough. It's
Yeah.
6. So you get 2 chances for getting a 6
Mhm.
if you got catch.
Well, he's also got pass block on one of his players too.
I mean,
Not a
I don't,
blitzer.
I don't hate the skill on the blitzer. I just feel like it's probably something if you want to go with it, might go with later. But
Still get, but I think you normally get it on a player which would first get +1 agility
Mm-hmm.
and then get pass block. And this is like doing things in the wrong order. Like there's an order to things in nature. Give the order.
In nature. Whoa, whoa.
the issue is just there's not too much nice stuff to put on blitzers. I mean, tackle would be nice, but
Yeah.
you kind of run out of useful skills with blitzers really quickly because of their awful skill access.
Yeah, anyway, the second blitz is perfectly fine. It's a passer. Nothing to worry about. The third one is also perfectly fine. It's a blotch fender carrier.
Yep, that's a
Also
good one.
perfect.
Yep.
That one's really nice.
And I think the last one died.
Yeah, obviously, being level 1.
Then we have 2 blockers with tackle, which is nice. But why the fuck does that one blocker have tackle and piling on instead of mighty blow and piling on, and the other one having tackle?
Because he wasn't spending enough time on the ground already with the wrestle, so he decided, let's do more of that.
No, that's also one of those like weird skill choices. Like I would have done mighty blow, piling on, or
I'm
just
missing
like
guard.
tackle, and then
Just
like
missing guard, yeah. Then I would
Yeah, guard
really
or
like the
something.
team.
Alright.
he's doing good skill ups, and he's well, making him work, but he's just throwing him into each other in very weird combinations.
I like the tackle though. It's a very agility-heavy league.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
that's
just,
really nice.
he just needs to sell his coach assistants and cheerleaders whenever he can abuse it.
Just surprised none of the blitzers have tackle.
Yeah. Alright, well, let's move on.
He's gonna go there eventually, I'm sure.
It looks like one of the blitzers is a thrower.
It is. It is.
It
Well,
is.
we're going to move on to Walkerthon with his Elven Fantasy.
I think I played
He's
it before.
did really well in last season, I think.
Yeah.
Yes, he was in Division. I think last season was his first season, I think, or second.
Must have been the second.
I think he started at the same time as me.
Okay.
So
Okay.
this is his third season.
Okay.
Yeah.
Its blitzes already are picture perfect.
Let me see.
Yeah.
Let me look at him. Yeah. Tackle, dodge, block. Yeah.
GRL Tolkien is basically a perfect thrower.
Just
Accurate,
missing block.
sure hands, dodge.
Yep.
Just missing block. That's it.
We got a lineman who's got a niggling injury with guard and block. That's gonna be hard to want to give up, but that niggling injury is gonna be kind of terrible.
Oh,
Could keep him until you replace.
Exactly. Yeah.
Then interesting, there's a catcher with guards.
You never seen that before?
I think high elf teams tend to do that because he got 4 catches anyway. So
Yeah.
You should go back to my team, the Wood Elves, and look. I have Guard and Dauntless on my catcher.
Yeah, I know that the one guy that was skilled up and all had all those skills, but like, he was already leveled and all those things together, so it looked nice. This is only God on one guy. It's like, okay. He has one guy which is able to run with the ball, so one blotch catcher, which is I guess the scorer.
Yeah.
The other two actually go like linemen.
Really? I thought they'd be more. They look more like blitzers. Like you would use them to kind of shake the ball loose and then get a catcher in there to pick the ball up and score.
The ball catcher is called Gary Gygax. That's Win. For those who actually knows who that is. It's the creator of D&D.
Mm-hmm. He came to my school before he died, and
That's cool.
we have a huge memorial at our school with a bunch of stuff that he signed, a D&D map that he used to play at the school. Yeah, he actually taught. He taught at our school for a little bit. He taught game development or design. Sorry, game design. So
Anyway, this team has 7 dodges, so that's also really nice to have as an elf team.
no, he's got a good team lineup. I think he's gonna do really well. We got next.
Honestly, this is annoying team to play against.
Huh. Oh yeah. Next we
Yeah.
got the Green Bay Pack Masters, which I think has everyone's favorite gutter runner in the world. Plus 1 agility, plus 1
these guys-
strength.
These
That's
guys
okay.
are these guys are the guys I'm going up against.
Yeah, Ratatouille is already one guy that I'm also going to nominate for the bounty board.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
He's
Gotta
my
run
second
and step
nominee.
up, seriously.
Yeah, he's my second nominee in this whole division and league. Who I'm going to nominate? Whoever kills Ratatouille, and I mean kills, not injure, not niggling, just kills the motherfucker. Will get a prize. I still need to think about what I'm going to do for that one though.
I'll make sure the bounty board is placed up after this video as
Yeah,
well.
Don't send people up dead red.
Yeah, that rat needs to die.
Yeah, that's he's gonna be. I immediately knew he was gonna be marked for death. I mean, that
I
is-
just wanted to make sure that I was the one who was going to do it.
The thing is, the weird thing about his team is it looks like he is the star player. Everyone else is. I mean, he's got a good agility, an agility up rat gutter runner, which is good with blodge. But his linemen are all pretty fresh.
That other rat might have
Well, yeah,
actually
but-
the same. But if he gets sure hands and then also plus strength. Fuck that, man.
Rat
But
ogres. Huh?
He also has a ball hog, I see.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's ball hog. That's. I bet he's the guy who scores.
Then I mean, Eek, Onomi.
Yeah. Economy.
Ah,
Strip ball
economy.
wrestle.
Yeah.
Really nice.
He's already got a
Probably-
niggling on that one though. He won't be alive for
Niggling.
very much longer. Armor
Oh,
value
niggling
7 and
is
niggling.
Is it is leader on the throw, right?
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
leader.
Yeah.
So it's 4 rerolls,
4
which is
rerolls.
always nice.
Yeah,
It's
and
a
then
really cheap reroll.
he's got
Though
two.
he doesn't get that long range in his throws if he wants to play safe, though.
No, he does not. He's got the 2 storm vermin, which are coming along quite nicely. Claw, mighty blow, block on one, and then mighty blow on the other.
It's not the most dangerous storm vermin out there, but it's already a very nice one.
Yeah. He's in the right spot. If he could get plus strength or piling on, that
Another
becomes.
plus strength.
Julius Caesar killed 2 people and injured, like permanently injured a third in my last game. I don't like him.
Do you want to nominate him?
Yeah, he can go die. I don't like him.
Okay, so we have a second nominee, people. Julius Caesar, wanted for dead or alive or just dead?
I'll put the board up. That way you can make sure you can go air your grievances on the bounty board.
Just make sure he stops moving about.
Poor Phil Metal already having 2 players wanted for dead.
I just want to see if I survive in my game against him.
It's like...
Let's go to
You
another
don't
team
hurt
before I get
anybody.
depressed.
Okay. Let's go over to we got some dark elves.
Arcan Remnants.
Yep.
This one is new from in Division 1.
Yeah,
Yes.
he's a good friend of mine.
Yeah, good
He's
guy.
having trouble keeping his players alive.
I've
He
noticed.
he was in Division 2 last season.
Yeah.
I've played him with my red gang of with my God damn it, I'm stuck with
Peasant
with my
uprising.
with my Bretonian team of 600 TV.
Yeah, I can tell he's lost quite a few players.
Yeah, I've been giving him some. I did jump in one of his second last matches just in the match and just try to troll him a little bit because he seemed to be doing so well against the Orc player and dared him to do a red dice block with one of his blitzes. which
No.
he killed.
Why would you do that?
And he wasted his reroll, and then basically the next thing that happened, his second Witch Elf, which you might be missing, failed a dodge
Died.
from the tackle and then broke her neck, so you had to fire as well.
It's sad though because all of his players, which are still somewhat alive, are worth keeping. But
Yeah.
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 How long are they going to live?
Yeah, he lost two really good players. The Witch Elf was highly leveled and the Blitzer as well. So now that's why you see one Blitzer with a lot of SPP and the rest of the team is kind of falling behind that.
His team motto is great. Void was only the beginning. He's expecting more.
But this is the problem in leagues that go on for too long. Elves, they can become really good really fast due to the way that they can score, but they implode. They can implode really hard, and then they have a hard time fighting higher SPP teams.
That's true, but me and you.
That's why I feel like we kind of need these some kind of killer chaos to keep the other high SPP teams down. Because
We need some killer chaos to kill
right now the
members.
elves and Skaven are getting decimated while the dwarf is comfortably sitting and sipping beer.
On his high and mighty throne on a
Yeah.
pile of gold.
I'm honestly gonna say I am surprised that there aren't as many killer chaos teams. But let's move on to some lizardmen.
Well, that's it because I only joined in season 2. If I would have joined in season 1, I might have made a chaos team.
What were you thinking? What were you thinking? We
I
got
played this guy last season. I absolutely hated his team.
the Cold
'Cause
Bloods.
when I faced him, yes, so much block. My dwarfs got kind of silly.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, he's even got block on the Crocs.
Yes.
Oh god, that's dirty.
Oh man, what do you do against that?
I like this team because it's a very good Lizardman team.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
break tackle's a great skill to have. Diving tackle, sidestep. Yeah, he's got a good
He was
lizardman
top
team.
one in our
There's
division.
only one thing missing in this team.
What's that?
A sneaky gate, dirty player skink.
It's true.
Yeah.
And maybe a little bit more mighty blow on his Sauruses would not be bad for better SPP generation.
I think that's to come. I mean, he's slowly starting to get it. You see one of
The
them.
thing is also, like, 2 dodge on one of them. He's gonna have 2 blodge sorrows really quickly. How
That's
annoying
weird.
is
I'm just wondering, how does break tackle go with blotch?
It only gets used for the first one.
that? Yeah.
Yeah,
So the second one
Then,
would be just a straight dodge roll.
I guess it's okay. Then I'm not, personally, I would never put I would never put blotch on a list.
I think they're just
It's
using the
just to
dodge to
keep
keep
them
them
tanky.
standing. Yeah.
Yeah.
But with his dwarf running around, it really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's
what
true.
what would you give a Saurus on a double?
On a double? That's a good question.
That is a good question.
Let me think about it while we go for the next team.
Pardon me. I'm sorry. I was taking a sip of my beverage.
No worries.
We have the Chargers coming up next. Another high elf team. A lot of high elf teams in.
Yeah, we have kind of an infestation of long-eared kids.
We got is that Nerves of Steel on a catcher? Oh, I hope so.
Yep.
It
that's
is
what we do.
Nerves of Steel. I love it. That is a catcher right there. Block, dodge, catch, and Nerves of Steel. Put me in the end zone, he says. Give me all the points.
Give him leap and he's done.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh boy.
And
Agility 5 lineman with guard.
yeah.
How is that guy still alive?
I do not know. But this is a pretty solid team right here.
He plays guarded.
A lot of wrestle to put on the line, some block.
That's really
That's a pretty solid team. Good staff lineup, it looks like. 3 rerolls, apothecary, and no enhancement for the stadium yet.
Aw. Are you still waiting for someone to get the upgrade where everybody gets a wizard?
I don't think anyone's gonna get that ever.
Maybe I should.
Maybe you should, just to do it, just to have it.
Yeah.
We got a Midsummer Nights. We got another Wood Elf team.
Wood Elf. Nice.
This one's got some good War Dancers coming up the line. Really good catcher. And then a Strength 4 lineman with block. Damn.
That mighty blow War Dancer is gonna level ridiculously fast.
Oh yeah.
I think I would have gone with jump up.
Yeah?
No, I would have gone and got that because
You
the
got
problem,
double.
the thing is that it's rare. So the thing is, you really want something that change the state of the board. And if you're playing against high armor value targets, that's the only skill you can get that make you more able to harm them.
Yeah, but that's for blocking. You also can just, get up and take your full movement allowance to get somewhere. And Saurus is half movement allowance 6. So if they're just lying there on the floor and they are not targeted by anyone, they can just run whatever the fuck they want.
I mean, you already gave them tackles. I can see why you would follow up with mighty blow here.
Either way.
It's dedicated blitzer.
Yeah, clearly. And obviously it's still a good team setup, however you play it. It's definitely going to be something to keep an eye on, especially with the lower team value here and in this division. You'll be able to get inducements as well to assist.
Yeah.
Are you talking about the Wood Elves now, by the way?
Yeah.
I was still having that brain exercise of what I would take on a double on the Saurus.
Well, you better catch up because we're jumping over to the rats.
Yep.
We're getting to
Reddit
Rat Dota. with a
Rat Dota is the only Dota.
Okay, what the heck's up with gutter runners and agility ups?
I don't know.
Fuck you, Furion.
They just seem to attract that agility, strength. They just get the stat ups.
I'm just saying. I might smell hacks. There might be some sort of like underground like hacking ratness going on. Yeah,
probably.
it's what it looks like.
I also love how he got lazy at naming people, just calling them full Meepos.
Yep, they're only linemen. Line
Well,
rats don't deserve names.
In that game, Dota Meepo is a character which is basically 4 of the same character, so it's in fluff, but it's lazy.
I think the number is just to list them in the order which they'll die, so it makes it easier.
Let's take a quick look. We got the three rerolls, 1 apothecary, and a pretty standard club.
I also
Alright.
like how this is like the mix of basically every character in Dota 2 that I hate.
Alright, over here, Lizard Rhymes. This team did pretty well in their last division.
Triggered.
That was
And-
the one that was the other Lizardman team that I wasn't as scared of because he didn't have ridiculous amounts of block on his Saurus.
Yeah, no, he's
At
not
least
quite
I
there
played
yet.
pretty well.
He's almost there,
Yeah.
though. He's got a couple of them that are right about to level up.
Yeah.
5 SPP, 4 SPP, 5 SPP, he's getting there.
Yeah. And he's got 3 rerolls and apothecary. I mean, he's definitely in the right spot.
That's a huge Croxigar already.
Level
Stand
3.
for
Oh
guard.
yeah. Yeah, stand, form, and guard. Pretty good, but that's not block. That is not a block croc. So
Don't
It's
see
already
any sneaky
not.
get skings, unfortunately.
yeah, no fouling, but we got block on a skink, which is kind of nice. Blodge.
Fouling is
diving
so
tackle.
underrated, unfortunately.
Ah, it is. I expect
Probably why they made Bretonia.
I expect good things from Lizard Rhymes, and then we go to international bullshit. One more high elf team.
Oh god.
This is really the fucking elf in Blizzard Leagues.
I told you that you have to have tackle in this league.
Yeah, yeah, I could see
What
why.
is this? Like, all these Americans are like very dodgy and elfy,
Whoa,
while all
whoa,
these
whoa.
Europeans are
This
very.
is true,
This
right?
is a
actually
European
is
league.
Europe.
Sorry, yeah, it's
Yeah.
fuck. No, it's yeah, fuck. Oh shit.
Go back
No,
to your
I
brain
mean
exercise.
the Division One is full of the high agility shit, and Division Two is full of the lazy fat bastards.
Well, hopefully they can get
Hey,
their
my
way up to
Bretonian
Division 1.
peasants are starving, they're not fat.
I don't know, you had Fat Albert, right? Wasn't that one of your players?
If you are starving, you get fat. Just look at those like Nigerian kids. You get this like bloated belly.
Oh god.
Oh, man. Quick glance. It's, pardon me. A pretty good team setup. We got a plus movement on one of our throwers.
He's still getting all his catchers, he only has 2 yet.
Yeah. It's still a lower, I think it's one of the lower, team value teams.
Yeah, it's the lowest TV, high off team at least in this division.
Yeah.
Okay, it's 2 catches. I was like, why do I only see 1 catcher? But he's like ranking his players with SPP or something.
Yeah, so we still gotta pull some in, but, I mean, 2 blitzers that are on their way of doing good things. We got a blodge tackle and a blodge mighty blow. Thrower's got a plus movement and dodge. And we got catchers with dodge and catch. It's a pretty good team.
Plus,
He doesn't
movement is
have-
always nice on high elf teams because you want to get high movement anyway.
Yeah, missing
You
some
don't-
wrestle on linemen though.
You don't see he doesn't have a lot of leveled guys, but he has a very well round out skill base.
Yes, yeah, that's exactly right.
I think
He's
the
only
one thing
done.
he still needs is guard.
He only has done
can
1
get it.
season though, so it's really good that he's already here in the high division.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well, he's a good coach. He played in the last season of Gman before we moved out of Blood Bowl 1, and did a really good job. So I'm glad to see that he's able to join us now in Blood Bowl 2.
Yep.
Let's move on to our last team before we go to the REL Division 1. We got
I'm just
Jungle
gonna say
Ball
that
Fires.
We got
Blood Bowl
elves.
2 is by far the best Blood Bowl game they have made overall. Though the only issue that it has is that it needs the more teams.
Don't say that too loud. This goes on YouTube. People are gonna flame you.
They can flame me all they want. I'm the team captain of the high as fuck team. I can say whatever I want. I won't remember it in the morning.
I only got one thing to say against that is like, why don't they do such a smart thing that like Valve has done with 2.2 and just like, here, the source code is open, mod your own teams, we'll put them into the game and add them as payable DLC, and the creator of the mod gets like 10% or something like that.
I think it's because Valve's a ginormous company while this team is relatively small and
Yeah, but that
scared.
business model has been proven to be one of the like better business models because first of all, players can implement what they create, what they want. Like these like very creative people without a job right now can like make resumes by.
Oh, I agree. I 100%.
doing good shit,
The
but-
idea is nice, but I'm not sure if Blood Bowl 2 has enough. The player base is
community?
high enough. If you
Yeah.
compare to stuff like Thief 2
The-
like or Counter Strike Source, the player base is much higher, so they have much more stuff to draw from. But here,
I think we should focus on the teams, otherwise there are gonna be teams
Yeah.
that feel left out.
Aw, okay.
terrible.
So we got Jungle Corsairs. We
He's
got
a really nice blitzer. Really nice blitzer.
oh, the which
But he's
one?
missing a player.
The Jody
Oh, yeah,
5.
Harrison.
Stand firm on the blitzer. I get it with some teams, but why would you do this with a Dark Elf team?
Maybe Fury's
Well,
coming.
there's only
Or,
elves in the division. Who's he gonna run away from?
That's
Just
true.
tackle him. So
That's true. Who is he? Who is he gonna run away from? He is the bashy team. We got Blodge. Not Blodge. Sorry, a Dodge guard on a lineman. That's pretty cool. We got a level 1 Witch Elf, which kind of stinks. Obviously, died last season.
yeah, he's
Then
down
we
one
have
player.
a blotch blitzer with +1 ag.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a beast right there. He's hopefully will go and do great things.
Yeah, it's gonna be nice.
Yeah, diving tackle is also really fun. I love me some diving tackle, especially here with
Oh.
all these high agility teams. If he can get tackle, diving tackle, oh ho ho ho!
To
Oh,
be
he's-
fair,
You
to be
should get
fair,
that on the biscuit guy.
that one blitzer is called Harrison Ford, so you know.
Hey, you're assuming the Ford. It just says Harrison.
It's probably Harrison Jones.
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah,
No one ever really would know. Let's take a quick look. We got a.
He has, if you look at it a little bit, he has mixed Indiana Jones and the adventurers from World of Warcraft names. For example, Findlay is from World of Warcraft.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
Findlay
okay, yeah.
Murgleton, an adventurer there. And then there's Harrison Jones, Reno Jackson,
Indiana.
Indiana Jones, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know who Biscuit is though.
Sneaky. All right. Well, so
Looks like a
who?
solid team, but they're probably also ranked up, I'm assuming. Going by the team value. Or did they? I'm not sure.
Who?
Either they only ranked up or they got really destroyed by one of the bashy teams.
Who are your picks for? Who's your top picks? Who are we betting money on?
I'ma just go with the
Venator.
world champion.
World
Venator is
champion.
gonna bet on Venator.
Good bet.
I'ma go with the world champion, Tournament Company.
Really?
I'm gonna... Yeah,
Yeah.
I could see that. I've seen the matches he played. It was quite one-sided very
And
often.
lobbying.
They were. He unfortunately, he really put the hammer down, man. He was. I think he probably has the least amount of touchdowns scored against him, if we were to look that up.
Which is quite nice for Dwarf Team.
Mm-hmm.
Quite nice for Dwarf Team.
7
pro-
and 6 cards. That's the reason why I'm picking him. 6 cards.
If I'd have to pick my favorite, I'd probably go with Mount Lemonai Cold Bloods, because that Lizardman team is getting really good.
The thing is, though, is
I-
how do you
I
think
feel
they're
it-
gonna do against Thorn and Company? He is literally ripped to pieces
I'm not sure
every
when
single
I'm actually
Lizardman team
gonna
in the
face him.
REL.
I'm not sure when he's. I've played against the Cold Bloods, and he played really well. Oh, it's his first week. Oh, that's interesting.
If the Chaos team was a little bit more well developed with a little bit more claw, then I would have taken
But I
him.
think
But
the man
right
with
now,
Brawl is
I'm
going
going
to help
for
a
the
lot
claw.
here. I think he has a good shot, though.
I'd like to see that. I'd really like to see high sales. I've already admitted he's my favorite team to watch, so.
Yeah. Well, I give it to. I'll give it to you, Venator. That
Huh.
you have a good shot at winning this year, but just stay the fuck away from the dwarves whenever you're playing them.
Yeah.
I'm unsure if I'm gonna survive my next game, so we will take one game at a time.
I would have to say if it's not high sales, international bullshit. I'd like to see do well because he did so well on Gman season 4 or 5. I can't remember what the last season we did was before we moved over. Toast, the coach's name is, played phenomenal. So I'm really hoping, he does well as well.
You're
Venator
always
actually,
working for the elves.
Venator actually wants to see Monsters of Rock do well because in a league that's more or less entirely based around the running and throwing, it would be fun to see a Chaos team get those few extra SPP and then starting wrecking face.
Yeah, that's also
He has
true.
blocked- He has,
Yeah,
he has,
I'm
his,
pro Dead
team has
Elves.
just, his team has just come online. He has block on every Chaos Warrior, one with guard, and then he has tentacles on his ogre, so he does on his minotaur, so he doesn't even need to move it. He's really in position to really tie up and make it hard for the agility teams. So I think
What-
that he has a really good shot at winning.
I'd like to see him get some disturbing presence. That would totally wreck the division.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, there would be no
Oh,
throwing
no.
game going on whatsoever. All right. Well,
Some events on tails.
let's go to the REL Division 1. That way we are. That way we can get this done with, and I can get everything put up so everyone can play their match.
Okay, so we start with Alpha Sigma Sigma Inc., right?
Hold on. Let me start the competition, and all right.
I think we should start with the team that's probably gonna be the least winning team in the entire division.
What's that?
The being the bi-weekly Norse team.
But you also mean the like bi-weekly human and Skaven team. We just had 3 slots which we had to fill up, I guess.
Yeah. Till we get the replacement in.
So, I'm sorry about that, but we had 3 coaches that just wouldn't accept their tickets. One of them sent me an email letting me know he was just too busy. So we have 3 bye weeks that will be in Division 1.
The
I
Norse
think we
has-
start with the Norse team. Yeah, Odin's Bards, I'd say we start with those.
You want to start with
Norse team
Odin's
has,
Bard?
has a
Yeah,
very nice
that'd be-
Christmas team.
Alright, let's start with the bottom. We'll start with the bottom and work our way up.
Okay. Odin's Bards.
Spoony Bard, great coach, wanted to jump off and say that's enough with the Dark Elves and roll out some Norse.
And he also went for the like what I'd like to call standard Norse lineup,
Mm-hmm.
which is the 2 Wolvernus, the 2 Berserkers, 3 rerolls, and the 1 guy with the crazy hats who runs places.
The runner.
You got to have a guy with a crazy hat on your team.
But seriously,
it's pretty standard.
He's a runner. He has 1 more movement speed, but he has Dauntless. That's so valuable.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, he's very valuable, but
And I just
Yeah.
like the way he stands in the picture there. He has like straps and he's holding them like a manly man.
Yeah, he's got his suspenders on, and he's like, "What of it? I have my suspenders. I don't care what you think of me."
I'm going to a porn shoot after this.
Most of them look like wrestling stars to me.
Really, I was thinking porn. You know, they're all kind of like in their, in their man
Yeah, it's
briefs
probably
waiting.
the same. Comes down the
And
same.
When the Yeti like push someone out, it should be, and his name's John Cena.
okay,
All right.
like a wrestling team.
You can see the foul. When they foul, it looks like wrestling move.
Oh yeah, they do an elbow drop.
Yeah, yeah.
Alright, we're gonna take this and go backwards then. So next we're going to the Texas Tryhards. Probably the best team ever made. I mean,
Yeah, totally my dark horse.
a freshly
Yeah.
a freshly warped
Don't
draft
laugh
war
Love it,
team.
dwarves. Don't love
At
it,
least
dwarves.
they sure are trying.
They are. They sure are trying.
Well, there's one thing they are going to do with this team, and that's get SPP and survive. But
That's true.
just get used to everybody running around your dwarves.
I'm never sure because the high skill they start with can make them a dark horse. They're obviously gonna have trouble playing against the high TV dwarf team, but against other teams, dwarfs can do well even when they're behind on TV.
Yeah, there's a good thing here is that you got a lot of TV which you can use, and you can get like a star player or 2 maybe. Get
Like
some,
a death roller.
Yeah, with death roll, and then like
Death roll
Barik
alone.
like
The
Barik
only-
Farblast is like only 60k to get him, and he's like an awesome thrower.
The biggest problem dwarves have is their mobility. So it rarely comes down to team value. The only thing that makes a problem is that you have a hard time repositioning to get good blocks. It could be a problem.
Yep, I could totally see that and totally agree.
Well, normally I'd go for like in a fresh league for Mighty Blow on a few dwarves and then guard, depending on the situation, and get a little bit of extra strength.
I would
In
go
this
50-50.
league, in this league, I would just go full on guard just to compensate.
Oh yeah, and that's what I plan on doing. I plan on all Longbeards being guarded out, even probably the Blitzers.
I even have like a certain thing like blitzers. They start with Mighty Blow, then I give them guard. Longbeards normally first get guard, then I give them diving tackle on Mighty Blow.
Mhm.
I got like this whole scheme because I play dwarfs too much.
All right, well, enough about my team. No one cares about my team. Let's go to the Handsome Jacks, human team, champions of the world. Not really, but maybe someday.
I only just
least
realized that was your team, Gamba.
Yeah, I retired the Lizardmen because there's just way too many Lizardmen in all the divisions. So I was like, enough's
I
enough.
think I like this human team a lot, and I might make him my dark horse just because of one reason.
What's
His
that?
ogre is called Huge Jacked Man. He has Mighty Blow piling on a block.
Interesting.
That's one huge jacked man right there.
And he's handsome as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
He's a
look at those purity seals.
he's a handsome, huge, jacked man who will punch you, then jump on top of you, and block you whenever you try to punch
Well,
him.
if you look at this, he's got a very good. Everyone is Jack. We got Jack and Coke. We got Jack E. Chan, Jack B. Nimble. That's very clever.
I'd have trouble keeping the names apart if I have to play against him.
Yeah,
Jumping Jack Flash.
yeah.
Oh, where was that Jack guy with the high? Where is he? Oh,
Jack of Hearts.
We got we also got a blitzer with plus agility, that's a pretty nice little piece to have.
oh yeah, that's really nice for humans.
Yeah.
Jack
If he
Nicholson.
gets dodged now, then he's also pretty much settled.
Oh yeah, if he
Then
becomes a
then he
blotch.
morphs into a fucking elf.
Yeah, then he becomes an elf. That's pretty much what happens.
An elf which has a killer piece like that ogre.
His ears start to
With a
grow.
fake beard.
He would be what a dwarf and an elf would have as a kid. a bearded elf.
I'm the only bearded elf. I'm an endangered species. Oh
A
man,
giant of his kind.
I can see why he'd be in the dark horse. He's got a
Yeah.
good team.
And he also is a little bit lower on TV, meaning that he will bring a wizard team like every game.
Yeah, if we look at this next team, the New Day Co-op, I think this is a very heavy claw, claw chaos team. I was wrong. I lied. I was hoping it was.
God damn it.
Sorry.
He's gonna get that as next
Why do you
team.
lie to me?
One of those Chaos Warriors is gonna get Claw. I'm like 100% sure of them.
Yeah.
About that, because you want at least one. In the Eternal Leagues, there's a shit ton of people that kill stacks and get all the kill skills. But
Yeah.
it's not that good if you're playing shorter stuff. But having at least one killer is really good.
This Chaos team is also interesting because he can do something really interesting with one of his Chaos Warriors that has dodge, free him, and use him as a ball retriever.
Oh heck yeah. Give him block
Oh, yeah,
next,
that's nice.
and he'd be a really good ball carrier. I mean,
Yeah,
it's hard to
block
take
and
down a strength 4 blotched, ball
If,
carrier.
if he's lucky, he gets +1 agility on that guy. If he's a little bit less lucky, then he can get block and extra arms. And pretty much he can just receive the ball and score.
Yeah, that'd be really interesting. I hope Kool-Aid takes a look at this and thinks about it. He's
Because
a pretty
he has
cool
a
cat.
he has a 7 movement allowance Beastman already, so he can bring the ball pretty much anywhere where he wants it.
Yeah, he's got a good looking team. Let's make sure the staff's
It's
all in
only
order.
missing mutations for now. That's the big thing that's still missing that he has to get, obviously.
Yeah, hopefully that will be his next couple level ups. Will be starting to get like some mutations.
Yeah.
But otherwise, everything looks fine. So let's jump over to this team. Is the team to keep an
USS
eye on?
Macho.
Yes. This team, he dominated his division that didn't show up to play him. But
Can
he,
you level up his players?
what's up?
Can you level up his players?
Can I level up his players? Sure, why not? Let's level up his I'm just kidding. No, I can't level up his players.
Anyway, he has a Crocs which is about the level. Imagine if that would be a block.
Oh. We got a level agility 4 skink. We got some block coming around and diving tackle and sidestep diving tackle.
Well, since we have a few level ups which we can choose here, if I were to choose level ups, if I'd be lucky, I'd choose diving tackle on the Crocs just because why not?
You're not
And
gonna go with the agility?
Nah, man, diving tackle because it's fun having prehensile tail and diving tackle.
Yeah, it's quite ridiculous.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's absurd.
And then just skink man block.
I like it. He's a good coach. I think he will do well, especially being able to get all the inducements. Since besides the fresh rolls, he's got pretty low team value. Jumping over, we got a game of Rose, which is our first Wood Elf team in this division.
Oh, we have 2 Wood Elves. I thought there was only like 1.
Do we have 2
In
Wood
the
Elves?
Yeah.
Where's the other Wood Elf?
Not in this division.
Oh,
but in,
he's
like,
living the dream. He's living the dream.
Is he?
Rose's Guardian has agility 5.
Oh man. There's
It also looks...
there's my first hit. That's who I'm putting the hit on right there.
You know how
usually-
sexy that is? You literally jump on anything but one.
Yeah, that's
and leaving the rest of his team behind because there's not much left.
He has a lot of blodge.
yeah. He does have a lot of blodge. His catchers are looking mighty good too.
He has money problems.
Yeah, he is down a player.
He's down two players because the other guy's gonna be missing as well.
Oh, that's true. And what has he got? Is he hopefully just missed next
Well,
game?
he has 3 rerolls and apothecary, so the only thing he needs to do is keep his 1 war dance safe with the apothecary. And other than that, the rest can just blow up themselves. I don't care. His war dance is my hero. That's probably his mentality.
Well, I don't know how well that's gonna do. He's playing Cricket So Horny as his first game, and that is not an easy match. So Cricket So Horny has got a pretty beefy Lizardman team, and he's
Yeah, he might have to
brutal.
go. He has to go take a credit probably for some extra gold after the match.
But otherwise, he's got. I don't know. It doesn't seem like there's a good balance of SPP. It seems like it's really heavy on the positionals right now.
Yeah.
It's just the war dance, that's it.
Well, and that catcher. We got a level 3 catcher.
Oh yeah, I guess he's there as well, but all my attention goes to the 1 war dancer.
All right. Let's jump over to the Dota All Stars. Tilly, the contender for the Super Bowl last season, bringing back his lizards.
Yeah.
Now
Now that I think about it, how many level 5 characters do we actually have in the whole Gman and REL?
I think he's the only one.
Another reason to nominate him.
That's what I'm saying. So looking at, we almost got another one right here. This skink is getting pretty close to level 5.
This
But-
Croc is level 4 already.
Yeah. Oh, dang. Level 4 Croc.
Yep. Rexa, the Beastmaster, he pretty much has tackle, mighty blow, and block. That's perfect.
Oh yeah. You mean Saurus? You scared me.
Yes, yeah, he's only missing guard and big tackle and maybe grab. What else can you get on that guy then?
Yeah. I don't know. But
Yeah,
this,
what do you get on a double?
I don't know. That's the one thing with the skink
Jump up.
team is the Saurus. Yeah, jump up. Jump up would probably be a good one. He's missing one of his skinks for the first game. He's got a pinched nerve, but
It's not gonna hurt much.
yeah, no. Besides that, he's got a pretty good team. He's got one skink that I think is gonna get probably fired. I can see with the minus movement,
Yeah,
but otherwise, he's
But
got a
he-
very strong team.
he has kings for days, so
Yeah. He's got skinks for days. He's got I think 4 rerolls. Yeah, 4 rerolls.
No, that's nice.
Yeah.
that's what the Lizardman team needs.
And he's
Lots
a very-
lots of rerolls.
He's a very strong team if we look at the statistics. I mean, 11 wins, 6 losses, crazy amount of running yards, a lot of touchdowns scored.
Only last game versus Torren and Company didn't go so well.
Yeah. But
Can't fault him for that.
we won't talk about that. Now we got here's our run of Lizardmen. We got our next Lizardmen who is looking for some redemption. I'll let you guys pronounce his name since I always butcher it
The proactive protagonists.
by
Provocative protagonist.
yeah,
No, it's provocative.
provocative
Yeah.
protagonist.
Instead of provocative, it's provocative.
Provocative.
Huh.
Huh.
Anyway, this Croxigor is still alive.
Yeah, Bowser.
He has he has a frenzy Saurus as well.
I still have to kill this one.
He's got a plus strength Saurus as well. That's a beast right there. 5 strength Saurus.
Yep.
Dear God.
Hi, my name is Mummy, and I'm a
um,
Saurus.
and I'm a very strong Saurus. We got Reptar. He's got a very strong team for Sauruses. The only thing that I've noticed.
As well.
Oh damn.
Yoshi is also really interesting.
Yeah, he's got a very strong team. The one thing I've noticed on a lot of these Lizardman teams that we haven't seen a lot of in the REL is break tackle. We saw it once on one of the Gman Lizardman teams, but a lot of these coaches haven't really thought about break tackle.
Because it's a good skill, but it's not like I think the first skill you take on the lizard. Which I really like about Sukari's lizardman team here, mainly, is the fact that he also has one lizard, which is Frenzy. That can be like a surprise serve.
Oh, indeed, indeed. But I think having the break tackle, I mean, he's got it on Bowser, which is great. But having the break tackle gives you that. The one thing you lose from your sources is the mobility. You know what I mean? Once they get someone placed on them, they're normally stuck there until they block their way out. With break tackle, you can dodge back and say, haha.
Question here though is if he's gonna dump his money or if he's gonna get something new on the field or upgrade something.
Well, his stadium still is just level 2, so he can put on a stadium upgrade.
Did they,
Basically,
add, did they add new ones?
I don't know. I haven't
No.
checked.
No, they didn't.
Also, one thing about break tackle, which has been the bane of our next lizardman team, you can't re-roll it.
That's true. Yeah. Speaking of that, let's jump over to the cricket so horny.
Our ex-champion.
Yeah, our first season champion, our ex-champion. He's still got a very strong team, though, if you look at it.
He has 2 break tackles, but I've seen his game versus the Torrent Company.
Oh yeah.
No, sorry, versus Tilly. It was versus Tilly.
Tilly,
not
yeah,
versus-
first
Yeah,
Tilly.
it's Tilly.
But he tried a lot of break tackles, and he always got the one, or I think it's just a one.
Yeah, it's a 1 because he's got the 4 strength, which becomes the agility.
Yeah, but he always got once, and he wasn't able to re-roll it because of break tackle. So yeah, 1, fuck you, 1, fuck you, 1, fuck you. Basically, it went like that the whole match.
Yeah, yeah. It's the same thing with elves. They're good unless they roll 1s. Same thing with break tackle. It's good unless you roll a 1. But if you look at the rest of his team, though, it's still really strong. We got block,
It is,
tackle,
it is.
guard, block, tackle, block, block, block.
Plus,
Movement
he has
9.
He has a piece which he can use to make a very easy one-turn touchdown.
Yeah. I mean, it's all around. It's a great team. He's got the, I think it's weird, the Astro Granite playing surface. So
That's
I
a
think
game.
it's a good idea.
Huh?
Because
Guy-
lizards are really fast in comparison
Yeah.
to other teams.
I guess that's true. So it makes going for it's a little less worthwhile for other teams.
It's less enjoyable for dwarf teams to fight lizards if they can't go for it.
That's true. Okay, I never thought about it like that. So I guess good on you.
Well, in my experience, actually, whenever I play, I notice that the faster teams tend to GFI more.
Mhm.
Because when you play with a really slow team, I'd say you pay a little bit more attention with the positioning, because you know you have to get them in the right spot, otherwise they'll run away from you. But when you have higher movement, you tend to just go with it sometimes, because it doesn't matter too much sometimes. So
You feel
sometimes
the
they're
need,
more likely
you
to
feel the need
GFI.
for speed.
Nah. Well, I think he's got a great chance. I'm pretty sure. I'm almost 100% certain he's going to make it to the playoffs again. He played a really good season last season. If you look at the statistics right here, I mean, 18 wins, 1 draw, 4 losses in 3 seasons, or in 2 seasons going into a 3rd season.
Really, really good.
I think that this might be a dark horse.
He's not a dark horse. This is the white horse. I mean, this is
Yeah, but
this,
I'm sorry.
this
but
is
there
the
aren't
obvious choice.
The Iron Horse.
There aren't really many options for dark horses in this league, in fact, except
I
for
think
your
so.
team and North's team.
We got Handsome Jax. I think he'd be a great dark horse.
Yeah,
USS
He has
Sologo.
1,400 TV already, though.
I think we still need to go through some teams before we pick dark horses.
That's true, yeah. So let's go over to the pastry pest, Luminous. This guy played also a really great game, and he's got that all-in team for his
Wasn't this also a very fluffy team?
a very fluffy team.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Nice names, some sort of.
Oh,
team to
always. Luminous is a
Death Roller.
Death Roller. What?
The Alpha Sigma Sigma.
We're not at
Alpha
Alpha.
Death Roller.
Yeah, we're not there yet. Come on, stop it. What are you doing? Get out of here.
You know you want to see the Death Roller.
Oh, I know. We'll get there though.
I see a gutter runner with horns, double heads, and wrestle.
Yes.
Of course, the gutter runner is strength 3, because
Let me drops.
I don't know if it's worth getting strength upgrade, to be honest.
Really? I think so. It makes them a little harder to take down. You can't just run a lineman off and have the two dice against or 2 dice on them already.
I mean, a lot of people also tend to pick horns on gutter runners, and with strength you kind of don't need that anymore.
Well, then it makes them blitz at strength 4, which means they get to 2 dice against, meaning they can block their way out of situations or
Yeah, I
become
guess.
really good blitzers.
Well, I
Did the
think
coach
it's-
Did the coach of FC Barcelona retire his team? Because I don't see the team anymore.
No, he didn't sign up this season.
Ah, okay then.
Yeah. I think a lot of coaches have missed this season, unfortunately, due to the crunch of the World Cup. A lot of people are still bashing their heads into it. So, I think this season will probably be our lowest of lows, and then hopefully next season we will pick back up and be somewhere close to around 80 to 100 coaches again.
I don't see anybody winning 20 games in 6 days.
Neither do I. But people can sure try. Back to what's going on. We got
That was kind of mean.
whoa. It's not
Mainly
mean.
because I got so close and then I lost it all in the end. That doesn't even matter. Like I got to the half finals.
I'm pretty sure
to
you
get-
just sang a song. You said you just got so far, and in the end it didn't even matter. Okay, Linkin
Yeah.
Park.
Yeah, but I got to the half finals of one of those private leagues and then I lost it. Fuck you, Nuffle.
Well, someone else has sealed their own fate for this season. Publicly cursing Nuffle. We got a couple injuries on some of our linemen. I'm not sure if we're going to be seeing them get kicked before. Movement allowance isn't bad. He can stay on the LOS.
Yeah.
We're
They're just,
well around the team.
they're just bash rats.
Yeah. They can just sit there and take the hits. It's a very well-rounded team. Yeah, he's got a good setup. A little low on the team value, but hopefully that will change. He's got a very good statistics. If we look at him, he's also one of those coaches that's 13-1-6 in 2 seasons is really good, you know.
Yeah, but
And it's also really nice that his team is going to get very pastry.
in this case, having lower team value is good. He can get a wizard, and
Mhm.
that can break up
Hmm.
a really good, say that he's blocked from going forward. He could fireball that and get through, or he could break a cage.
Yeah, that's true. It's definitely gonna play to his strengths. But I guess only time will tell. So let's go to our last team, which everyone's been happy to talk about. We have Alpha Sigma Sigma.
Because there's one gutter runner with plus strength. If he gets one more skill up, he's going to get nominated by me. Okay, next team.
All right. So looking at Alpha Sigma Sigma, we have a
What the heck?
Yeah, I call this a sick dwarf team because the intention is good, but then he got a longbeard which got +1 agility, probably to replace the fact that his runner lost agility.
He's
whole.
probably the brother of
Don't have
the
one.
He's probably the brother of the elven hybrid.
I'm kind of interested to see what that plus agility is gonna do on that Longbeard. Like, if it really is gonna help, or if it's just a waste of a skill.
Have you ever had a black orc with 3 agility?
No, I never have been blessed with really the plus. The first team I ever got plus agility on was my last Lizardman team.
I think it's fairly obvious to me what he's going for. Plus 2 more movement and show hands, then he has a new runner.
That's a very expensive runner.
So,
He has a very...
honestly, on full movement allowance, I would never take +1 agility because, well, to be fair, what are you going to do when you got the ball? Move 4 squares per turn? That's going to go
Nothing,
a while
yeah.
before you're there. Well, at least he can make a cage with his death roller because he's, the same speed.
Death Roller Cage.
Yeah, it's a bit odd.
That's true, but his Death Roller has block, so...
That is... That's not nice.
No, it isn't nice.
He has a lot of guard. He has block on his death roller. He has mighty blow on a slayer, which is also good. He
Yeah.
has +1 movement allowance and guard on a slayer, which is not necessarily bad because having frenzy, having the extra movement allowance is also a very good thing to have. Then he has frenzy and a long beard, which is a little bit questionable, but
That is
I
weird.
guess that
With the
will
low
work.
movement.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
problem is they mostly are on line of sight, and you don't want to go behind line of sight.
That's true.
Line of scrimmage.
Yeah, it's kind of shitty. not
Well,
quite.
he does have the free bribe at his home matches because he's got the referee rest stop. So
Yeah, yeah, that was going to
That's so
wreak havoc.
dirty. It's a really dirty upgrade.
I
But I think it's kind of nice because I personally think the Death Roller by itself is not a good player because it costs too much. I think the referee rest area makes the Death Roller maybe a little bit more than playable. Maybe he's actually now really good.
yeah, definitely, I
But before
agree.
the rest area, I would say the Death Roller is not something you should bring as a dwarf if you want to be really competitive.
A fun thing to do, to be honest, is having a death roller, having block, okay, would be nice, and then having multi-block on the death roller.
Oh yeah.
That's coming up.
Well, now that you mentioned that, hopefully he hears that and he maybe does some multi-block.
Yeah, the thing is,
Multi-block on that guy.
because
like
it's
Just
because it's
one
a,
of the few players.
yeah, because it's a strength 7 piece, even versus strength 4, if you were to a multi-block, he'd still have the advantage.
Yeah.
Only versus strength 5 you go to 1 dice, and versus strength 6 a 3, then you go into negative. So there's really no reason why you should not take multi-block on a death roller when you don't have anything else to skill up, because he pretty much has everything else already.
No, I agree. Looking at his statistics, he's pretty middle of the pack right now. 9 wins, 6 losses, 3 draws.
Well, it's like I said, in basic, it's a little bit like the Bretonian teams. There are some good skill ups and there are some good things, but Nuffle has decided to rustle his jimmies a little bit here and there,
Yeah.
so he had to make some weird choices to compensate for it.
Agreed.
But he's gonna have some trouble in the next few matches because his runner situation is very bleak.
Yeah, it's
One
really
undeveloped
really...
runner and one runner that you really can't use as a runner.
Well, his
Pick up
first
the ball, was that?
I mean, I don't even that guy has. Does he have pass? He has pass block. That works really well with agility too. I've heard.
I think it's more about the like moving. If you have pass block on the character, yes, you can try to block a pass. And let's be realistic, it's 1 in 6. That it could happen, but you are able to move 3 spaces. So if he's close by, when it's passed, he could run up and contest.
But he's not gonna be too much moving. I mean, if he's tagged down, even with dodge, it's kind of risky, in my opinion.
Yeah, the thing is, if it wasn't a stable rule that a 1 is always a failure and a 6 is always a success, then knowing that you already have to succeed with 6 on a 3 at agility, this means that pass block here would just be a useless skill.
I don't think so. I feel it to be a skill that is like, okay, I'm gonna contest this throw, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna go base the guy that he's throwing to. If you do that, you could make the throw harder to catch, for instance.
Yeah,
I hate to interrupt you guys, but with all this being said, his first match is actually probably very, very beneficial to him because he's facing up against Chaos. So at least it's both teams are have a hard time getting the ball.
Yeah, it's still going to be a bash fest.
It's going to, and I think he actually, as of right now, definitely has the advantage in said bash fest. Granted, he's not the home coach, so he's not going to get that free bribe, but Chaos can't really score super quickly, so at least that first half, he will be able to keep his death roller on the pitch.
I actually noticed that there are like a lot of pass blocks in this league in general, which I never see that skill even appear on some players. Because in my opinion, there are only like 2 teams who can, well, a few teams, but there are only like 2 sort of players who can really become a good pass block player, and they are very, very specialized characters.
Well, Venature's high sales had a catcher, an elven catcher with nerves of steel and pass block.
That's really nice.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
nice,
He's dead now.
For example, what also could be fun is a gutter runner with very long legs and pass block and catch. And maybe even +1 agility, or a Chaos Warrior with +1 agility, very long legs, extra arms, and then pass block, because he also would get like a 50 to 75% chance to interrupt.
He would look like a living nightmare.
That's a plus when you're playing a Chaos team.
So what about favorites for the Division 1?
Yeah, what about favorites for Division 1? Ooh,
Venushar would like a Game of Roses to do well. We need more Wood of Power.
I'm gonna go with Handsome Jacks because I'm totally supporting humans. I just. Whenever somebody suggests teams for new players, they always say humans, but I sometimes feel like they actually might be too challenging because you need to do everything well, so I'm always rooting for humans to do well in leagues because they generally don't do so well in Blood Bowl 2, from what I can tell.
No, they don't. Orcs are a much better, in my opinion, place for someone to start.
I am also going to go for the handsome Jacks, but only for one reason. That's huge Jacked man. I want him to score touchdowns. I want him to kill people. I just want him to do everything in that team. Become the best ogre ever.
That he could be.
Yeah.
I think for the dark horse, it's going to be
makes
the...
him then the best ogre? Are you gonna give him pass block?
Yes.
Obviously. USS Sologo is going to be my my dark horse pick. I saw him coach. I've talked to him. He seems like a good coach, and I think he could do well. I have hope. Who is he playing against first? Actually, before I say that, I think he's screwed. But I think
the big pick.
He's up
No.
versus the big test.
no. Actually, the first that's like pretty good matchup for him because he's got quick players. The other person,
Hey,
yeah.
everybody in the REL is at least going to have 3 wins.
Yeah. I get my first one this first match.
Everyone is? Aren't you gonna look for replacements after the first week?
For Division 1, no.
I could
one-
play those. I could play those bye weeks. I wouldn't mind.
We thought about that. I thought about having everyone, the people who submitted the bye weeks, actually make their match playable. I just, since we haven't had time to run it by everyone and make sure they'd be okay with that, I
You
decided
not
against
to-
it.
I say just throw 3 Bretonian coaches in and see what happens.
I was gonna open it up, but since everyone would be bringing in fresh rolls,
Gamba, let's do a match now. Come on, fight me.
I've already fought you in Dark Souls. You saw how that ended. With my victory.
You mean out of 3 or 4 times?
What? No, I won. What are you talking about? I think I murdered you. I think I beat you twice. I thought I beat you once with my first character, and I beat you once with my newer character.
Again, of the how many times?
Twice. I think we've only fought twice.
No, we fought like 3 or 4
What?
times.
I don't know what you're talking about. If I ever lost, it never really happened. It was a dream.
Uh-huh.
Undefeated, world champion of Dark
That's
Souls.
the orc mentality. If orcs never loses. If they win, they win. If they die, it doesn't count because they're dead. If they flee, they only do it to come back and fight again.
Yeah, see? Always win. But that's going to do it for here, guys. I'm going to try to get everything posted up on there. I'll have the bounty board posted, and I will have the match-up posting. So, thank you guys for helping me kick this awesome video off, and I will see you at the end of the week with our weekly roundup and some extra matches.
See you around.
Farewell, world.
See you on the pitch.